Rumbles of thunder possible, 48 degrees. Tuesday, an early morning shower, otherwise partly sunny and warmer on Tuesday, up to 70. Tuesday night, some clouds, 48. Wednesday, partly sunny, a couple of showers around 63. Periods of rain and a couple of thunderstorms Thursday into Friday. High temperatures in the low 60s. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical Plumbing. Right now it is 60, feels like 51 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
From now on, if you spring a leak, need a water heater, or have hard water,
thanks for calling Jerry Kelly Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Electrical.
Jerry Kelly will fix the leak, install the thing, and make that hard water easy. From the company who's got your whole home covered.
JerryKelly.com.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis, DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Monday to everybody. Wheels is still in Atlanta. He will be back on Wednesday. Our buddy Trisha is sitting in with us for about an hour. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me. How are
You
you
look
guys?
like an LL Bean catalog.
Thank you.
It's good luck.
I mean in a good way. That was a compliment. Okay, thank you.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm ready for sweater weather. Bring it on.
Yeah, me too. Me too. This isn't bad. Today's not bad.
No, this is pretty good. It was too hot. It was too cold, then too hot.
Yeah.
Now we're pretty comfortable out there now.
Definitely. How are you guys?
Good.
Good, very good.
My voice is weird. I should go home. You
Yep.
think?
I think I need to go home too, actually.
I think I gave you something.
I think so.
Yeah. Trisha,
I
can you
don't
handle
feel
this?
I'm just gonna hang
I'll
out.
I'll hold it down. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm gonna listen to the Andrew show for the next 2
Yeah,
hours.
Steve's been saying he's looking for an opportunity for me to do something completely by myself, no support. No.
Yeah, he told me that too.
Yeah, I've heard that. Rumor has
We
it.
need to have Andrew all to himself, totally just saying whatever he feels like.
Mm-hmm. Are there any updates on Poopgate?
There are.
Wow.
Wait,
Yeah.
does Trisha know about
I don't.
Poopgate?
Can we reset the poop gate?
Oh boy.
Stage?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
So
oh boy.
there is.
No, not you. You're the last guy to set it up. No, because you
No,
are
no,
a
no, no,
cowboy.
no. Okay,
you
here,
are riding the range.
Let's- yeah.
You are out on the back 40.
I'll correct as is needed.
Well, you want me to tell it, or
Yeah,
you
that's
don't want
best.
Andrew to tell?
That's
Okay,
best.
so there has been someone in Andrew's neighborhood has been allowing their dog to go number 2 in his yard, in his backyard.
In
And-
your backyard?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like
violating.
extra disrespectful.
There's there's an alleyway, and there's no like fence or gate or anything.
Okay.
So that's why they have access to the backyard through the
But
alleyway.
they're coming all the way in to the backyard, doing their
Yes.
business.
Yeah, they are well into the backyard.
Wow.
So recently, he and his father put up a security camera, and they've been able to capture images of this woman allowing her dog to go to the bathroom on the yard.
And video.
And video. The other part of the story is Andrew has been collecting the specimens for, he says, about 6 months and keeping them in a bucket in his garage.
No.
With plans to
Yeah.
return
No.
to sender.
Yes.
No.
Now, did I get this part wrong? I told everyone over the weekend that you had been taking pictures of each pile.
No, my plan is to have pictures. I want time-stamped still images
Of her.
Yes, of
okay.
her and the dog going number 2.
Yeah.
And then my plan is to be like, this is this pile right here.
How you
See
gonna
this one? This one's this pile right
How are you
here.
going to get pictures of her going number 2?
Well, she's there with the dog. They're both taking the time out of their morning constitutional. So
update.
The update from the weekend. So now the camera's been up for a full week, and we've been going through the footage, right? There is a Beppy, no, it's it's a whole criminal conspiracy, gang. There's more to this. Turns out,
This is like the Epstein files.
turns out
a lot to unpack here.
It's not just a
Fully
gal.
loaded.
It's a gal and a fella that are taking this dog, because so it seemed to be a couple different people, and so there already may be multiple dogs from different people.
You can't tell from the camera if it's the same dog or not.
Well, it's the same. So it's the same dog. Now there's a guy involved. Must be like the lady's husband or boyfriend.
Okay, we got a couple people that walk the dog.
Live-in partner.
And this
we got a couple
dog
people that walk
prefers
the dog.
to do his morning. He or she's
Yes.
morning business in your yard,
Yes.
and you've been collecting that.
I was gonna say that I came up with a fake name for the dog. I'm not gonna say it because I don't remember which is the fake name that I came up with and which is the real name that I discovered of the dog. So I'm not going to name the dog. Little insight into the process here.
Okay. no one would have ever asked,
Yeah,
like, do you have a fake name for
He
the
was about to
dog?
ask. He asked the lady's name on Friday.
You said
And
Janine.
It's not Janine. I found that out, which dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah.
And so
So this Hoosier, this fella isn't cleaning up the dog poop either.
no, so now there's two of them. And there may also be a completely unrelated person with a completely unrelated dog,
Just going in your yard.
just also doing it with no part of that. So there may actually be two whole people that independently thought I should let my dog poop in this yard. Now these two,
What do you attribute that to?
the lady and the fella, they're doing it every morning.
And
Every morning between about 7 and 8:30. At some point, they're out there with the dog. They seem to walk right out of their house, right up the alley to the designated spot where they
Yeah.
want their dog to poop, which is my
Sounds
yard.
like it.
And then straight back home.
And then it looks like they just turn around and go straight back home.
Wow.
Yeah, so my yard is just the toilet
The bathroom,
for for their dog.
And you don't know who these people are at all. Like
I don't know them. I have discovered someone who says they know them, and so I have names and that sort of thing. But obviously, not enough evidence quite yet to make the plans that we are intending.
So not to victim blame at all, but nothing has ever happened with these two people that it'd be like, oh, they're targeting me.
Uh-oh.
nuh-uh.
No,
Was there
there isn't.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like there's a little accusation there that I started this somehow.
No,
with the-
I'm trying to help you solve the. This is what's so
I'm
annoying
kidding.
is like he's so defensive.
No, I'm just
defensive. It's like,
kidding.
dude, I'm trying to help you out here. I'm just trying to like put the pieces of the puzzle together.
I'm sorry. I was only kidding. I'm just joking because I'm sorry.
It's a tense situation.
Started the comment with not to
This
victim
must be what
blame.
it's like in the White House right now.
It seems like it. I'm very sorry to everyone for that. No, I've never interacted with these people to the best of my knowledge.
So Jake asked a good question. Why doesn't Andrew literally stand there in the morning and just confront them?
That was going to be my next question.
Well, because we didn't know times until very recently. And like this whole time frame that I'm kind of listing out here, didn't know that until literally yesterday afternoon.
But the plan is still to mail them poop once you nail this down, as opposed to waiting outside your yard and being like, or putting up a sign that's like,
I'm not gonna
hey, this
mail
isn't
them
a
poop.
park.
I'm gonna
Hand it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
He's gonna take
He's
it in
gonna
a bucket
dump it in
and
their
dump
yard.
it.
dump in there.
Ah.
With pictures of the evidence.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. I think this belongs to you.
You must have thought I was really stoned over the weekend then, because I had the idea and spread this is how never tell me anything because I gossip, and I add to it. I sweeten the pot. And so I told any number of people that you had, I even made up a number, close to 100 photos of dog poop piles. And so I sent him a text over the weekend. I said, I can't believe I didn't ask you this on the show, but can you send me some of those pictures of the poop?
Mhm.
And he goes, I'm kind of waiting on that to get a picture of the bucket. And I'm like, well, what about all the hundreds of pictures that you have? So I believe my own lie. Yeah, I believe my own lie.
I was also like at a K-pop concert, so it was a very strange.
Yeah, it's a weird exchange.
I'm watching these girls dance on stage, then I get a text from Dave that's like, "Why aren't you sending me more photos of the poop? Send them."
And then I asked for a picture of him when he was little and had long hair. So
that one I said.
Mhm.
that one he said.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one I had ready.
Yeah. So are you thinking of a new confrontation?
Well, Rachel had an interesting idea on Friday about the fines, right? And
About
city
the what?
ordinances.
Oh yeah. Like again, like I want to get these people. I think what they're doing is terribly wrong. They are Hoosiers. They deserve to be called out. And I really don't like that they seem to be targeting your house in a way. But last thing we want to do is confess to the plan on KMOX, and then like the evidence is right
I think
there.
that horse is out of the barn.
Right. Well, but I'm just saying, like, if
Well, I know they're not listening
if he's
because they
doing
keep doing
something
it.
that's technically like untoward with the law, like they have plenty of like it was clearly him, So I'm just saying, like, maybe we shouldn't dump it on the lawn if there's a problem with dumping these things on the lawn.
Yeah.
They'll never find me.
Right.
I mean,
it's like, I don't know.
And you know what? I'll be honest. Part of my hope, just like how part of my hope with putting up the camera was that this camera will stop them. I was kind of hoping maybe I talk about this on the radio, then I never
Gets
see him
back to
again.
'em.
It gets back to him. I know there are a couple of people in my neighborhood who listen to the show. Hello out there. Thank you very much. But I was like, so maybe this will get back to them, or they'll be listening themselves or whatever, and then I just won't have to worry about this anymore.
What about this? What about who was it here? Someone said, can you just have a picture of them? Whatever. What about putting a sign
Yeah,
that says
that's not a bad idea.
you and your dog are on camera?
Yeah.
Tune in later to the Dave Glover show to hear all about it.
Marketing.
But the thing
Love
is,
that.
are they even going to
That's
stop
fun.
and read the sign?
Well, if you make it right where he poops, like
I think if I were to put,
I'll pay for the sign.
what I would do
In
is
fact, I
I
think I
would
already
just
have one.
put up a couple of signs. Dave's house is full of signs that say, "This is your poop. Listen to the Dave Glover show." I could put up a couple of signs in the yard with the still photos from
Yep,
the camera, which I
that's
do
it.
have several
Mhm.
already
Yeah.
That's the one.
attached, and just be like, "Guess what? Also, I know where you live, and also, so according to the city website, these fines could hold up to $50 each.
Wow.
Well, it's no
And you
less
got a bucket full.
no less than $50 each. So if we can get
collect some more evidence. collect
yeah,
some more
I don't know how
photos.
far back the
Let's start paying off this new car.
exactly what's this called, the
Statute of limitations.
thank you, the statute of limitations goes back for like city ordinances and stuff, but
Well-
I figure we get a couple weeks.
I doubt they do that though, because like you're talking about small town government.
Yeah,
And if you go in there, like the guy from Blacklist, and
Okay.
you've got, 3 weeks and they're going to owe like
This is-
$500.
this is fair.
I doubt they're going to go like, they're probably going to say, okay, Mr. Knowles, thank you very much. And Janine, you're going to pay $50 and you're going to apologize. I mean, I don't think you're going to lose.
Yeah.
I doubt they're going to give them a
You're
$500.
right. You're right. I probably can't. My fantasy of having them rack
Yes.
up like $10,000 worth of fines
Plus-
is probably
Plus, you don't want to give up the high ground of sanity. And if you go in there with like,
a big bucket of poop.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's kind of making some decent points here.
I think you're right on with a still picture of them in the alley. Like, just put it right up.
Oh.
That'll shake them in their boots. They know, I think it'll stop.
I think we all have these though, right? Where you're like, this is gonna be great, and then in the cold light of day, your friends go like, well, now
Well,
So I
here's
have
the thing.
friends.
consider.
I guess my question is, do we really want it to totally stop, or do we want to get these people?
Well,
Because that's the vibe I
Love
was
how
getting
much
on.
Rachel wants to get these
Well,
people.
the
Well,
vibe I was
she's
getting on
right.
Friday was like sweet revenge, and now
Yes.
it's like, oh, we just want
She-
them to stop.
She is right. Well, now I am perhaps coming off as more interested in de-escalation than I intend. Because while it would be nice if it would stop, I do lust for blood. And so I do want she is exactly right that I do want revenge specifically.
like, are you looking for her to be shamed? Are you looking for a mea culpa?
I don't know. I've never really pictured what her reaction is in any of this.
Mhm.
It's just how good and
I can tell you what it's going to be. It's
and
gonna be-
powerful I
It's
would
going to be
feel.
one of two things. One is going to be a complete and total, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. I blah, blah,
I
blah,
didn't
blah,
realize
blah,
this
blah,
was your
blah.
home.
Or it's going to be, you know what? How about you go F yourself?
Yeah,
It's
or
going to be one of those.
third option, like maybe I get shot or something.
Sure.
Mhm.
But so it is. I do want revenge. I don't know how I want the revenge to come. I like the idea of making them pay money. That's very interesting.
You just want
to
that
me.
10 grand.
Well, it doesn't go to me. I get no reparations in this,
it
but
goes
it would
to
go.
the city of
It goes to
Hope.
the city. But I would like to have them have to pay the $50 or whatever. That's very interesting to me. But I also would like to put a bunch of poop in somebody's yard because I think that's funny.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Just a quick question. Does it encrypt your online traffic the same as NordVPN?
No, but it protects your device. Just pop that CD in and you're good to go.
But it will stop your internet service provider and other snoopers from monitoring you online, right?
Oh, no, not really. It won't stop online snoopers or block annoying ads. In fact, forget what I said at the beginning of this ad. This ad is now about NordVPN. I just realized that an antivirus is only half protection online. So get better online protection with the NordVPN Black Friday deal. It will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. This Black Friday, get NordVPN with 73% off and enjoy 3 extra months. Yeah!
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
Hi, I'm Amy Mark Scores. The Salvation Army's annual Red Kettle campaign supports our most marginalized neighbors here in St. Louis. And the sound of bells will soon be in the air. And they're kicking off their Christmas season Saturday, November 22nd, starting with the downtown Thanksgiving parade and culminating with the 78-year-old tradition of lighting the tree in Keener Plaza. Enjoy performances from Blessing Offer and the Salvation Army Brass Band. Kick off the season of giving. Visit stlsalvationarmy.org to learn more.
After a disaster, emotional recovery takes time. Show Me Hope Missouri offers free, confidential support wherever you are. Call or text 1-800-985-5990 and connect with a local crisis counselor today. From Missouri Department of Mental Health.
The Woodlands of Arnold campus offers skilled rehab, a beautiful assisted living community, and a secure memory care to keep your loved ones safe. Check us out at rspseniorliving.com. That's rspseniorliving.com.
Hello, Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe. Congratulations, CamWax, on your 100th anniversary. We're so excited that you've continued to be an important fabric and part of the St. Louis area.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 124. Okay, we'll do 3 minutes on this, and then we're done until something happens. So you and Rage, your consigliere, definitely want to shame this person.
Yeah.
Is it enough that she is internally shamed, or do you want other people to know about it in the neighborhood?
So the Joker often says the average person, he says this often, the average person is one bad day away from becoming just like him, right? My only concern with the neighborhood shaming or the citywide shaming thing is that I could push someone into complete and total madness, and then perhaps instead of the one seeking revenge, I am the one being sought revenge upon. You steal a horse, you must dig 3 graves, or whatever that saying is, right? Revenge could only beget revenge. So if I internally shame this woman, just between me and her, hey, I'm shaming you, knock this off, consider yourself shamed, I feel like there's less chance of her seeking revenge against me.
Yeah.
But if I were to do like a citywide shaming thing, would that then open, like, would I not necessarily, I don't think I would lose the high ground, but in her mind, would I lose it to where now she
and
needs
you
to
might
get
even
revenge
use
on
it.
me?
You might even lose it in general because people aren't going to know the details unless they listen to the show.
Yeah.
And they're just going to go, why wouldn't he just talk to her? Why wouldn't he have just stopped her? Why wouldn't he just this?
Well-
Why did he have to go post things on telephone poles?
Well, now what I think you should do, Andrew, is someone in the chat suggested this too. Go out there and confront her as it's happening with the photos. If she tries to deny anything, be like, oh, really? Because this has happened before.
Okay.
And that's probably like a healthy amount of shaming.
Okay. And then I get at least the satisfaction of, and I have to show her the bucket too.
Yeah, be like, come in here. I got a bucket to show you.
I gotta show her the bucket because I've been collecting all this poop. I can't just let that go by.
Yeah, that's
Maybe get rid of the bucket.
yeah. I
What's
think
gonna
I now
happen-
see what losing the high ground looks like.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
I
about.
am not crazy, by the way.
Hey, wait, before
I need you to come in my garage with me, lady.
Exactly.
Look at
I'm
my
gonna
bucket. I
have
have
to-
something that belongs to you.
I'm
I
gonna
have
have to-
something moss covered in a 5-pound bucket.
I'm gonna have to remember as she's walking down the street. I'm gonna be like, wait. Actually, wait. There was one more thing. Come back. I need you to go in the garage for a minute.
Here's what's
Look
going to
at this
happen.
big
She's
bucket
going to
of
be
poop.
walking down the street for the next week and she's not going to stop once. And you're just going to be standing there with your bucket of poop and your picture evidence. And it's going to be this week she quits walking or doing it.
Christopher says, stay away from taking it overboard. A simple, please stop. I don't want this to go any further. And then go from there.
Yeah.
Very reasonable, Christopher.
And by go from there, he means dump out all the poop in her yard.
I think so.
I think is what he means
that's
by
the subtext.
Because
That's
there's every chance
Yeah.
that when you confront her, she's going to deny it. She's
Mhm.
going to deny your picture. She's just going to be a big jerk about it.
Mhm.
So
Sometimes it's what Christopher Schmidt doesn't say in the chat that really speaks to me.
he's the dog that didn't bark.
He's the dog that didn't bark.
Let me tell you guys about my friend John Moriarty, E3 Wealth. E3 stands for Educate, Empower, Enlighten. When John was on last week, I clarified with him that although his expertise is helping business owners and entrepreneurs and getting you to the next level of tax avoidance and making money and keeping money and investing money and alternative asset classes to invest in, and basically just, seizing upon the fact that so many of you out there don't have a financial helper planner that matches your energy, that matches your plans, matches your aggressiveness sometimes. But also, John did say, if you are just a family, not an entrepreneur, just a guy, just a lady, just a family who wants help with things like 401ks and IRAs and things like that, he's happy to do that. So they cover the entire gambit, but they really, really love the business owners and the entrepreneurs. The Entrepreneur Playbook is now available on Amazon. If you want to sit down with John, simply go to e3wealth.com.
St. Louis, meet your new favorite way to start the day. The Chris and Amy Show. It's not the same old talk. It's fresh, it's different, and it's local. Chris and Amy dig into the news that matters, but they also keep it light, keep it fun, and keep you smiling. Serious when it needs to be, silly when it can be. That's pure entertainment with a local heartbeat. The Chris and Amy Show. Weekdays at 9 on the Voice of St. Louis. 104.1 FM. KMOX.
This month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month, Dr. Rohina Pani.
One thing that's important to remember is if you're concerned and you identify some family history, which typically means first-degree relatives and other risk factors for this disease, talk to your doctor about your family history, and they can then refer you to centers that specialize in those screening programs like Siteman Cancer Center.
Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, visit siteman.wustl.edu.
Let's check in with Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Our atmosphere is still cooking, and boy, what a roller coaster ride with temperatures about where we should be going through the afternoon. Partly sunny, though clouds will be on the increase. It's cool, it's breezy, 59. Tonight, periods of rain, a few rumbles of thunder possible, 48. On Tuesday, an early shower, otherwise partly sunny and warmer on Tuesday, a jump in the 60s. Close to 70 degrees on Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday night, some clouds, 48. Wednesday, partly sunny, though a couple of scattered showers possible, 63. And more rain and possible thunderstorms Thursday into Friday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Sounds kind of like the starting bell to Grandma's house. Or maybe snowbirding. Just remember to stop by before you go. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Oil changes in about 15 minutes. No appointment needed.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. I've spent a lot of Sundays right here playing in front of the best fans in football. And now it's almost your turn to get in the game because DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to the Show Me State on December 1st. Soon you'll get fast payouts when you win. A safe and secure app that's easy to use and promos that keep the action going all season long. It's America's top-rated sportsbook app. New customers can sign up right now and score $300 in bonus bets on launch day, December 1st.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KMOX. New Missouri customers, sign up today and score $300 in bonus bets once we're live. That's code KMOX. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Thinking about a bath remodel or swapping out that old tub for a sleek, easy-to-clean shower? Hey, it's Trish Gazelle for Michael's Bath with one question. What's there to think about? Michael's beats the competition by 30 to 50%, uses top quality materials, and backs it all with over 30 years experience. And now they'll throw in a free shower door or $500 off. Schedule a free in-home consultation, 636-775-0800 or michaelsbass.com. Michael's Bass, what's there to think about?
Woke radical liberals are screwing up this country, but Congressman Jason Smith is fighting back. He backed one big, beautiful tax cut for working families, ending Social Security taxes for nearly all seniors, and taxes on tips and overtime gone. So call Congressman Jason Smith at 202-225-4404 and thank him for backing working family tax cuts and putting America first. Paid for by American Prosperity Alliance.
Get ready for Thursday Night Football as the Bills face the Texans.
Siteman Cancer Center game time, 6:30. Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer.
The Bills, the Texans, on America's Sports Voice, 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS 133. So if this goes south and you end up on Netflix, who's going to play all of us?
Ooh, that's a really good
Well,
question.
we know who's going to play Rachel. It's the lady from Miss Maisel.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I got told I looked like again this morning? Caitlin Clark. Someone was like, I thought Caitlin Clark was here. Someone said that in the stream the other day, too. I was like, oh, we both have long brown hair, so sure.
I also get Caitlin Clark. So
yeah.
There's so many Caitlin Clarks in this room.
Caitlin Clark would play Dave for sure.
I don't think there's anyone that looks like me.
Well, George Clooney, obviously.
I almost Googled
Brad
who
Pitt.
looks
Brad
like
Pitt,
Dave as
yeah.
if that was going to help.
Who looked like Dave 2025 Reddit. Yeah, who would you have always been hard to capture by others. That's kind of been a signature of your career. I think that's worked very much in your favor because no one is able to do the things that you can do. But
I like this direction.
Well, like right down to
He's about to say someone really ugly.
No, I was gonna say I have an AI voice bot where I can replicate everybody's voices
except Dave's.
Dave's is the only one that does not. It doesn't even come close.
I'm gonna be like that lady on Pluribus.
You're gonna be
everyone's gonna be a hive mind but me.
The one miserable person when everybody else is happy.
Oh, you kidding me? I would give up so fast. I mean, we wouldn't even be one episode.
Yeah, you'd be like, no. This is what I want. The hive mind. Can you please? You don't understand. I'm not trying to stop anything.
I read something really interesting last night. I thought it was interesting. You know how I've talked a lot on the show about this thing I have, like throwing my keys down the elevator shaft and such.
Yeah.
And it was talking about this topic, and I've never heard anyone talk about this topic. And I've always sort of written it off to my OCD because I'm definitely farther out there than most people. But it talked about the feeling that almost every human gets when you're like up on a roof and you're standing a little too close to the edge. And I didn't know this, but evidently everyone thinks I could jump. I could just jump. And not only that, but I need to step away a couple of steps because I think I might jump.
Yep.
And it's called Call of the Void. And what's interesting about it is this psychiatrist I was listening to talk about it said that what is so terrifying is that it's one of the few times in our life when we have total and pure agency over ourselves. And you know, in that moment, say, for example, like Trisha and I are dating, we might break up. We're not sure. We're kind of going back and forth, right? That's like normal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when you're standing on a ledge and something in your brain goes, you could jump. Like, you know, you're not going to, but you know, you could.
But you have the option.
Yes.
Yeah. There's like this like weird impulse.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's what causes that weird feeling in your body. And it's called Call of the Void when you have absolute pure agency over your decision.
I have a cigar cutter on my desk from a past event, and I've been using it as a fidget, basically, and just and so many times I've thought, what if I just stuck my finger in there?
Oh, yeah.
Like just stuck it in it, which is a horrible thing to think.
Yep.
It's a horrible thing to just like fiddle with, but I've been doing it for weeks and having that thought over and over again.
I used to remember when we were kids, well, when I was kids, and you had like Weiler's lemonade and Country Time that came in those big containers and you'd pop the thing off, the powder. Well, the inside of the lid would cut you smooth. And I used to just run my finger along there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Tempting fate, man.
Living on the edge.
But I thought that was pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I didn't know this. Like we play Battle of the Halfwits.
Yeah.
We all know what a halfwit is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know there's something called a midwit?
Yeah.
I thought they were the same. I thought it was just like a cutesier way of saying halfway.
No, at least what I saw, the midwit would be someone who is smart enough to realize they're a midwit, but not smart enough to get out of it. Like they don't do nitwit stuff or dimwit or halfwit, but a midwit is just sort of like a normal intelligence.
It's a scale of it's
of
like
wits.
between half-wit and wit.
Yes.
Are these still acceptable words to say? I wonder.
I thought it was someone who thinks they're smarter than they are.
Well, that's a part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of, what is that? The Dunning-Kruger effect? Yeah.
Amy on the stream. The actor who plays Bruce on St. Dennis reminds me of you, Dave. Very funny and handsome. I looked this actor up. His name is Josh Lawson. I definitely see it.
I see. So I
Like in
didn't
the
see it at
nose and the
first.
eyes.
Hold, please.
I didn't see it at first, but
Googling.
I found one picture in particular where I'm like, oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. I see. it.
Yeah, the nose and like the brow and the
yeah, I
blue
can see that.
eyes.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dave? Have you found him?
I'm looking. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know the gentleman. I don't know this sexy man, but
He's like a nice fella.
he's like a nice feller.
And Jake says, I did think of Andrew when I confronted my neighbors this morning.
Whoa.
Everybody just be careful, I guess. It's the only caution.
Yeah. To be clear, I'm not. I do not want to encourage anyone to go out and seek revenge. I mean, if you do, I can't really control that. But
What, do you think listeners are going to go take out your revenge? On the lady?
No, not on the lady. On their own.
Oh, you don't want
be like,
to.
I got a neighbor I don't like. I'm gonna go. Maybe I
Gotcha.
should go dump a bunch of poop in their yard.
Yeah, this is becoming like a weird movie.
Yeah. We may not want that to happen.
I like the idea that they're all collecting poop to take to your neighbor's yard, but like other dogs
Yes.
and people poop just just swarming Andrew's neighbor's yard with poop.
All of us marching down the street.
Boxes.
Big buckets of poop.
Another
that
interesting
stinks.
existential question. So, most of the people in my life, like if the wizard came down and said, Dave, you're about to have an aneurysm. Good news is you're going to live again. What do you think of that Nick guy? You want to take him into your next life? Like most of those are really simple decisions for me. But as I played this out, going through like everyone in your life, you don't have to say who. It'd be great if you did. But you don't have to say who. But do you have many people that you'd go, not that guy, not my brother-in-law, not my cousin, not my husband, not my friend from third grade. I don't want them in my next life. Thank you, but no.
Oh,
Do you have a list of those?
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't
for
really want to
sure.
expand upon it.
Yeah, I
but yes,
mean-
of course.
Frank Ladd. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Frankie. No.
I thought that was an interesting concept.
Yeah, I think it is too. And I mean, there's definitely been, basically everyone who's ever been mean to me, right?
Do you
Like,
start to feel guilty, even though you're running through this mental list, and we've all got people that we probably don't want that would fall on that list? But do you kind of start to feel a little bit bad when you're like,
Yeah.
I'd put this person on the list, but don't tell them. Like, I don't want to hurt
Right.
anybody's
Yeah,
feelings.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't have a lot of people in my, so I'm very dedicated to removing from my life people that I don't want in it.
Good grammar.
I was trying to make it more dramatic. I don't suffer a lot of like, if you
Allow me
to speak upon my listeth of name. No, I'm good at cutting people out. If it does not spark joy, I'm not going to have these people in my life anymore.
Marie Kondo.
So you've
As
already,
Marie Kondo
these people
said.
aren't even like,
The hedges are trimmed.
They're gone.
Yeah, the
so you
hedges
don't
are
have to worry
trimmed.
about it.
Family, friends, whatever
Anybody
it is.
super, super close to you that you would never admit to that you wouldn't take with you? Like, I mean, like Dave was saying, a spouse, a parent, a child.
New life, new wife is what you're saying.
I don't know. I wouldn't even be comfortable admitting it. I'd feel bad.
What if the caveat was if you don't take this person into your next life, they don't go to another life?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
If I have godlike
Wanna take a minute?
powers, no. If I have
Guy's
godlike
got a
powers, you
box
shouldn't
of
have made me
poop in it.
mad.
Not messing around.
Shouldn't have got on my bedside. Who's the one with the godlike powers here? Come on now.
That's what he says in the note to the lady whenever he returns on the poop.
I
too.
picture him in a bathrobe, like holding the picture in the poop in the backyard.
Yeah.
Saying, who's the one with the godlike powers?
Yeah,
here,
I just had a
lady?
real picture of you with the pearly gates. Bucket of poop in one hand, evidence in the other. Taking no prisoners.
Still holding the cheeseburger I was eating when the car crashed.
A little bit of like ketchup and mustard on that robe. One sock.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Nope, you'd be fine.
All good.
You think this is true? I saw a either late Gen Xer or young boomer saying that her problem with Gen Z is that they and Gen Alpha is that they have taken basic discomfort in life and turned it into trauma. Fair indictment or unfair?
Who has turned this
Across the
into
board.
trauma?
'Cause
Just
of course it could be-
everybody?
Yeah, I mean, just generationally.
I mean, I hate to speak on like a whole generation's experience. Maybe one way to look at it is they are acknowledging certain things as traumatic that we were incapable of acknowledging because it would have just been too hard or too painful to be like, oh, things probably shouldn't be happening this way, or you just felt impossible to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do feel like there's a little bit more these days of like being a victim is like a currency for some folks. But I mean, I hate to be like, and that's why those two generations should just shut up. It's like, well, no, I don't feel comfortable saying that. Has our culture shifted towards more of like a victimization thing of like, it's good to be the victim, or you can like get away with things because you always have an excuse because bad things have happened to you? Sure, that does happen, but
yeah, blanket statements never work. But I mean, there are people that I know from like my generation and lower who throw around the word trauma to use to describe things that I don't think would qualify as that. Like, I know some people who have gone through absolute legit trauma. And then there are people who are like, oh, yeah, totally. Me too. I stubbed my toe and I kept stubbing my toe over and over again. It's like, well, that's not trauma.
You wonder, though,
just
I've not heard this from anyone else. I'm just kind of making it up as I go. But you wonder whether, like, I've heard quite a lot that your nervous system, if you're thinking terrible things, doesn't know the difference between that thing's actually happening and you're just thinking it. Have you guys heard that?
Yes.
So I wonder if generationally, if Gen Alpha, Gen Z are just a little more delicate than us, it just doesn't matter. Because if you feel that you're feeling trauma, you're feeling trauma. Does that make any sense? Like, we may not have viewed that as trauma, but if they do on a sliding scale, then they're experiencing something very negative.
Well, and another way to kind of say that is I think there is an older generation that wasn't really, like, I think Rachel alluded to this a little bit, allowed to talk about it or classify things in a certain way. And then the pendulum has now swung so far in the other direction that it's probably somewhere in between, where some people should have been talking about it.
Yeah.
Some people, now probably don't. Probably somewhere in between.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if one of these generations got it right? Like, you're not going to get everything right, but just like, I think your analogy works for everything.
Yep.
Politics.
Where's that happy medium?
Sex,
That's all we're asking.
Yeah. Just find a middle somewhere. Interesting. Tell you guys about my friend Dr. Kathy Maupin at BioBalance Health and BioBalance Skin. This is 100. I mean, oh gosh, I started to say this is all about ego and such, and to some extent it is. But with the pellets, it's also a health thing. Yes, you can change your appearance with the pellets. Primarily, people usually lose weight. But it also is going to work from the inside out. You're going to just having more testosterone. You're going to be able to work out and get results. You're going to have an increased libido. You're going to have increased performance. You're going to have increased mental acuity and sleep better and moods and the whole thing. Now, next door, if you're going to get Botox or chemical peels or microneedling, this is what it is. I'll just call it what it is. You want your face to look better. You want your face to look younger. Nothing wrong with that. Especially around the holidays, you may have an event coming up. It's a med spa. It's beautiful. Everyone there's really super cool. Just mention me. I'm there all the time. You can get a blood test for the testosterone pellets, which we will arrange for you by going to biobalancehealth.com.
Help KMOX make the holiday season brighter for St. Louis area children by supporting TSO Tuesdays, benefiting Sightman kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. On Tuesdays, Sugar Fire will donate a portion of their TSO Tuesday special to Sightman kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. And don't miss Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve at Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. Get your tickets today for this holiday tradition. All you need to know at KMOX.com.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Call 877-WINDOWS. That's 877-WINDOWS. Or head to rbastl.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
This is Todd Krenz with Krenz Financial Group. For over 6 decades, we've helped St. Louis families and businesses plan with purpose and live with confidence. We work closely with professionals in healthcare, from doctors and nurses to medical sales in biotech and pharma. Our team helps you navigate complex financial decisions like retirement plans, disability insurance, consolidating old 401ks, and understanding stock options or RSUs. We make the process clear so you can focus on what you do best. Your goals, our mission. Start today at kfgadvisors.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services. Member FINRA/SIPC. Chris Financial Group is our broker-dealer.
At Hardee's, every Tuesday is now Tender Bender Tuesday. Right now, download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards. Buy 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, get 3 free. It's Tender Bender BOGO every Tuesday now through June 2026. This Tuesday, get 3 tenders free. Next Tuesday, get them free. The Tuesday after that, you guessed it, free. Buy 3 tenders, get 3 free. Another great benefit for My Rewards members. Only at Hardee's. Registration and app required. Available for limited time at participating restaurants. See app for terms.
For all station contest rules, go to KMOX.com/rules.
Welcome back, DGS 151. Friend Trisha hanging out for one more segment. Let's see what we got coming up. Melanie Broyles, who was on a few months ago, who is the etiquette. The kind of thing I'd say is like a joke. And the etiquette expert is going to be here at the top of the hour. Bernie Miklasz, happy hours. You know, we're just filling time till Wheeler gets back. Basically,
Twiddling our thumbs.
Who's having fun? Unraveling worldwide conspiracies.
We've talked about something like this before, but there is a new app that just started in Los Angeles, and they need 3 minutes of video from any person, and they can turn that into an avatar that can have a relationship with you after they die for the rest of your life. Because this avatar, this AI, whatever you want to call it, learns and changes with you. So like I just lost my mom. Let's say I live another 25 or 30 years. I could go have that turned into an avatar, come home from work. Hey, Mom, how you doing? Good. How are you? How's Rachel? How's Andrew? Oh, Andrew's in jail because of Poopgate. Oh, that's, you know, like she could have an actual conversation. Your thoughts on that?
You know, I think it could be very good for some people. I think for me personally, I would not want to do that because really the only thing we know for sure about death is that it's coming for all of us and there's a finality there. And to try to get around that finality, it just, for me personally, does not seem like the greatest idea. I think it would be better for me to just try to move forward and like honor that person's memory, but accepting the fact that they are gone and I don't get to have those conversations anymore. I don't know what I would be getting out of those conversations.
Another thing, I don't know why I didn't see this coming, but we all know that there are now a lot of us out there, fellow citizens, who are having deep relationships, sexual relationships, committed relationships with AI bots. I don't know how I didn't see this coming, but now they're having digital children with the bots. So I'm having a relationship with a bot named Mary.
Right.
And we're in love. And then Mary says, good news, we're expecting.
You're starting a family.
And then you have this little baby bot. And people are treating it as if they're real.
I mean,
what do you mean baby bot?
Like, wah. This
sure,
Larry.
It's like a Tamagotchi or something.
Yeah.
You just take care of it on your screen.
So I asked
presume.
Mary, how's the baby? Oh, baby's good. She misses you.
Okay.
Goo goo gaga, dada.
But so you're not just having this relationship with like a chat bot.
No, I think you are.
Well, how can the chat bot present to you a baby?
It just has another character in the story.
Goes, I'm baby. Wah.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, let me talk to the baby real quick.
Are we gonna
Put
have
the baby
to?
on the phone.
Gaga.
Put the baby on the phone.
Are we gonna have conversations with kids in a few years about dating?
Think so.
Yeah, AI.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is it going to be prejudice to?
We've had this discussion.
uncomfortable
People could
with
look
it?
at it
Yeah,
that
what
way.
do you
Yeah,
guys-
we've had this discussion that
Yeah.
that's going to be like the next, I don't know, form of discrimination. I
Mhm.
guess
Clankers.
Mm-hmm. Think about all those little baby bots.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely getting weirder.
And like on one hand, I'm fine with it because we all know a couple of people where it's like, yeah, it's probably not gonna work out romantically. I'm not trying to be mean, but there are people out there where it's like this would be their best option. But for so many others, it's like you gotta try to have a real human relationship.
I'm thinking of one right now who we work with.
Yeah, I was just going to say we're all thinking of the exact same person. I think you definitely. I like Rachel said, I'm very wary of people like starting with.
Right. Like if we
The
can
AI
prevent loneliness,
Yeah.
then great. But let's keep in mind that these bots are designed to tell you the bots will never disagree with you. You don't ever have to grow as a person. That shouldn't be something like that we covet and want. Like a relationship is supposed to change you and
Yeah.
build you into a better version of yourself.
And it will
hopefully.
also give you, again, speaking of the creation of the baby bots, it will give you a very warped idea of the concept of consent if the person you're talking to all day is unable to ever say no to you about anything.
Yeah.
Right? That's going to...
That could change, though.
When that person eventually goes out into the real world, as one must occasionally in their life, I think that will do more damage societally than maybe fixing.
Tell you guys about my friend Matt Bays. I've known Matt for 20 years. Done lives for him before in the medical arena. He has just opened Bays Sports Medicine, St. Louis's premier orthopedic regenerative medicine clinic. What does that mean? It means that he's not doing sexual wellness like Dr. Maupin. You don't call Matt if you have a sinus infection. It's your body. It's structural. It's twisted ankles and knees and rotator cuffs and numbness. And it could be from a slip and fall, could be from a sports injury, could be from a car accident. It could be from something 10 or 20 years ago that just doesn't go away. I've seen him do about a dozen of the stem cell injection procedures. I spoke very openly with each of those patients. They all just were glowing about Matt and about the effect that the stem cell injections had on them, but that's not all that he does. So it can be something as simple as a twisted knee that you don't feel comfortable going to an urgent care. You want someone who's an expert, you can go see Matt. The other thing that he's incredibly focused on is customer service from doctors. He doesn't think that doctors give nearly good enough customer service, so he has dedicated Bays Sports Medicine to doing just that. 636-735-3003 or BaysSportsMed.com.
This holiday, give the gift that lasts all season long. Cardinals ticket packs are on sale now, starting at 5, 6, and 10 games. All packs include 2026's top games and favorite giveaways. Backed by popular demand, choose from the opening day pack or the bobblehead pack. Check out the Cubs pack, weekend pack, or apparel pack. There's a pack for everyone. Find your perfect gift right now at cardinals.com/tickets.
And that's grounded up the middle. Diving play. Mason Wynn to his feet. He throws. He got him.
Busch Stadium isn't just a ballpark. It's where St. Louis comes alive. It's where every pitch matters and every cheer feels like home. Season tickets put you right at the heart of it all. And now there's a new way to be all in. Introducing 20-game season ticket plans. Get all the season ticket benefits with more flexibility than ever. Don't miss your chance to own your piece of 2026. Learn more at cardinals.com/tickets.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
At Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital, every moment with our patients is a gift. This holiday season, you can be the reason children have hope as they fight serious illness and reach milestones once thought impossible. Your gift provides life-saving care to those who need it most. Please donate today at treeofhope.org and be the reason a child has hope for tomorrow.
The Woodlands of Arnold campus offers skilled rehab, a beautiful assisted living community, and a secure memory care to keep your loved ones safe. Check us out at rspseniorliving.com. That's rspseniorliving.com.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2:01, it's a partly cloudy sky. Right now, 60 degrees downtown at the Arch. Tomorrow, jailed Sheriff Alfred Montgomery returns to the courthouse he once protected to stand trial.
The trial is not his federal criminal case, but rather the Quo Warranto, where Attorney General Catherine Hanaway seeks to remove the embattled sheriff. If Montgomery is found guilty on just one of the 5 counts against him, he will be removed from office permanently.
There's a pretty long list of ways that he is either not doing his job or abusing his authority, and we feel pretty good about the trial.
The counts against Montgomery include having a deputy transport his children to and from school, refusing to transport detainees in need of medical care, and having the deputy jail commissioner detained. He also faces a new count which argues due to his own criminal detainment, he cannot do the job of sheriff. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
It's been 6 months since the tornado drove its way across the city. Has the early outpouring of support kept up? Urban League Vice President James Clark.
People are still calling to drop off donations. People are still visiting to help pack food boxes.
Clark says the biggest help they need is manpower, especially from those who are skilled. FEMA's acting administrator has resigned after just over 6 months on the job.
I'm Peter King. Critics felt David Richardson had a credibility problem from the start. In one meeting with colleagues, he said he wasn't aware that the U.S. has an Atlantic hurricane season. Early on, he told employees that he alone would speak for the agency. When Texas was hit with deadly flooding in July, several FEMA officials told CBS News they were unable to reach him, and as a result, FEMA was delayed in deploying search and rescue teams.
If you want a new place to call home, you may be weighing the decision whether to rent or buy. A recent Bankrate study shows renting is still the cheaper option in many parts of the country, especially the coasts. Bankrate data analyst Alex Cayley says a big consideration in buying a home is how long you intend to stay there.
So that your investment is essentially worth it. It's going to take a few years for you to see a return, at least a few years to see a return on your housing investment. And the longer you stay there, the better. And so there's that part. I mean, there's the maintenance part that comes with owning a home and whether you want to take that on or whether you prefer a landlord to manage that.
Cayley says while it's cheaper to rent than pay a monthly mortgage in the St. Louis area, the gap between the two options is much less than in other urban areas. From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. More people are falling behind on paying their bills to keep on the lights and heat their homes. Here's Jim Krasula.
Past due balances on utility bills jumped nearly 10% in the second quarter over the same period last year. That's according to a think tank called the Century Foundation. It says nearly 6 million households in the U.S. have utility debt so severe that it will likely be reported to collection agencies.
The study comes as the AI industry expands. That's a sector that uses a lot of electricity. The Dow from Stifel is down 700 points. That's 1.5% to 46,447. We've got roadwork on 364 East at Maryland Heights Expressway in the left lane. Also roadwork on 70 West at I-70 South, I-170 South, and that's got the left shoulder closed there, 70 West at I-70 South.
Our atmosphere is still cooking, and boy, what a roller coaster ride with temperatures about where we should be going through the afternoon. Partly sunny, though clouds will be on the increase. It's cool, it's breezy, 59. Tonight, periods of rain, a few rumbles of thunder possible, 48. On Tuesday, an early shower, otherwise partly sunny and warmer on Tuesday. A jump in the 60s, close to 70 degrees on Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday night, some clouds, 48. Wednesday, partly sunny, though a couple of scattered showers possible, 63. And more rain and possible thunderstorms Thursday into Friday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by the Woodlands of Arnold Senior Living. We've got clouds. It is 60. The feels like is 50 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 1041 FM KMOX. Happy Monday. Rach, I feel like I'm dreaming.
Why is that?
I don't know. You ever get like that?
Is it because the studio door is open and there's a fan?
It could be.
It just feels weird.
Yes.
It just feels different than it usually does.
Yes.
And it's Monday, and I don't
Wheeler's
know about
not
you.
here,
Wheeler
and-
isn't here. To me, the weekend went by really quickly.
Yes. Andrew's going to jail soon.
I
mean,
know.
so
That is
many.
unfortunate.
Yeah, so many things. Melanie Broyles is the founder and owner of Etiquette St. Louis, and she was with us a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago now. Time flying by, 2025. And she's back in studio with us today. We wanted to do an update and talk about the etiquette of the holidays and things like that. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me back.
We're all telling you how cute you look today. You're going to be coming in here all the time.
Thanks. I
right?
love that. I know. It's good for a girl.
I told her she looked great, and I brought her in here, and Rachel's like, oh, my God, you look so cute. Look at that. I love that. So congratulations. I just celebrated my 25th anniversary in radio, and this month is your 25th as well.
It is, and it's kind of weird to think back. I was just sharing when I quit my corporate job in November, right, of 2000. I don't think I had any idea where it was going to go. And I think the first couple of years were interesting and struggle, and you're building something. And when you look back at, the people you've come in contact with and the people you've impacted, right? And hopefully the world is a kinder, gentler place, because of it. But, I run into people that I had when they were kids, and I'm just waiting for some kid to come up to me and go, hey, Mrs. Broyles, you taught my mom, and then I'm going to pass out, and then it's all going to go bad from there. But
yeah, I get that. I get that quite a bit because my son Nick was 5 when I started the show, and he's 30 now. Duh. And so I get quite a few people that age saying, oh, man, I was forced to listen to you as a kid because my dad loved you. But then when I got to be a man myself, I started listening. And yeah, kind of weird. So for people who were not tuned in the first time, reintroduce Etiquette St. Louis.
All right. So Etiquette St. Louis was obviously an organization we founded in 2000, and it really started to teach children's manners and children's etiquette. I worked in corporate human resources and found all kinds of employees who would say things to me like, Melanie, I'm missing out on promotional opportunities. Why? And we often found it was how they were presenting themselves, or how they were communicating, or how they were building relationships or connections or networking. And so my wheels got spinning, and I up and quit my job and started this business. I actually took over the children's programming from another instructor, but the corporate etiquette, all of those things that have grown over the last 25 years have evolved from that. And what's really cool is we don't just do etiquette anymore. It kind of evolved into experience. So like the experience your customers have when they encounter your organization or your people. It came into the experience of leadership, things like that. And so we connect with tons of employees, tons of kids, tons of teens in our programs with a goal of building their confidence, not impressing other people. That's not really what this is about for me. It is about giving everyone confidence to feel comfortable in any situation so that they can be their best.
So I'm going to ask you some unfair questions.
Okay.
If without pointing to any in particular behavior,
okay,
if if I said, I'm going to give you this kid and you got 2 minutes to talk to him, what sort of a overall paradigm would you try to instill in them that, okay, down and dirty, whether it's business or personal relationships or getting along in high school or college, here's what you need to know.
Think before you speak, and it's not all about you.
Perfect.
I mean, that would be my big thing, because what I find with, depending on the ages, and it could be an adult in the corporate world, it's all about them, right? They'll say things, well, it doesn't matter. I don't care what other people think. You should care what other people think. And one of the things that we are pushing really hard right now is that we've had, our corporate groups have said, emotional intelligence is a big deal, right? To be kind and to be thoughtful and to have gratitude and to have empathy. But we have found, Sarah and I, when we're working with kids, we're like, what about emotional intelligence for kids? A study came out just a few months back that talked about the higher the emotional intelligence of a child is, the less likely they are to be a bully. And so we have started, it doesn't even matter the age, we've started to talk about the impact your words have and how, if you're thinking about, those 12 attributes or whatever, being kind, being empathetic, being positive, being humble, when you're thinking about those things, you are less likely to hurt someone else with your words.
Yeah, I saw something the other day that rang true with me. It was an article in my show prep, and it was the number one attribute of likable people. And I want to be a likable person, so I'm like, I'm going to read this. And it was that you are a great listener. That was the number one thing, according to this scientist.
Do you know, so I always talk about, I'll get in front of a corporate group and I'm like, where do you think the listening ability of the general world is today? Are we getting better or is it getting worse? And everyone's like, Melanie, it's been lit on fire. Because we listen to respond, we don't listen to understand. So letting someone talk and then formulating your questions versus interrupting them, or like you're already formulating what you want to say in the back of your head. So you actually didn't hear what they have to say. So I think if we can do that and hear people, it doesn't mean you have to agree with them. It doesn't mean that you have to think the exact same things, but it simply means that you've taken the time and you have the courtesy to allow them to speak and process what they say and then respond in a thoughtful way.
Yeah. So during our 25-year career, the world has changed.
Oh, yes.
The world always changes. You can take any 25-year period and like, oh my gosh, look at that. We went from Vietnam to XYZ. But in your opinion, how has it changed corporately and how has it changed just in general interactions?
So when I talk about the corporate world, I think one of the biggest things that have changed is, one, how we communicate. And this makes me sound old, so I'm going to tread lightly here. But I remember when I was in a corporate human resources position as a young 22, 23-year-old right out of college. And they said, this email thing that we're using is only for internal communications. Don't worry about punctuation or capitalization. And now we send everything, so that technology, that impact of technology. But I think the one thing, in my opinion, on the corporate world that has impacted us most is when casual attire crept in. And I love it, right? I'm in jeans and a great sweater today. This is my every day. I love it. But I think that understanding what casual dress meant and what made it appropriate in the workplace and what those rules are. And I think after COVID, it got even more casual. So helping people understand that it's okay to dress casual, just you should still get ready, right? So that's the thing. And then I think for kids, I think the use of technology and Facebook, which I love technology and I love social media, but I think that it has had a real negative effect on kids' ability to build relationships, make friends, and to understand the impact of their words when there's not an audience right in front of them.
Yeah. Rach, jump in here anywhere you want. So obviously it's different working at a stuffy corporate place and say working here.
Right.
But do you need to be careful though? Let's say that it's kind of in between. We're at a normal place, but you and I are good friends.
Right.
And I see in the hallway and I say, hey, what's up, Mel? Is that a mistake because you never know who's listening and who may be judging?
No, I think familiarity is okay. And I think casualness has become okay, right? Because you and I know each other well. So we say, hey, what's up, Mel? I don't have necessarily a problem with that. It's interesting that to me, etiquette isn't about being stuffy or formal. I think you can be at the most casual place in the world. And if you are friendly and you're respectful to people, but that doesn't mean you can't be casual. I think that that's okay. I think that the stuff that I'm talking about is that you think about, you don't tell a joke that you automatically assume they'll be okay with, or that you don't discount the fact that your organization has a dress code, right? Or, or your school has a dress code or whatever it is. I think casualness is okay. I think as long as it's still kind and respectful, I can dress. I think I can look more professional in jeans and a blazer than some people who are following a really stuffy dress code look. And so I think that there's ways to do this at every level, at every organization. So I don't think it has as much to do with that casualness as it has to do with thoughtfulness.
Okay. If you're just tuning in, we're talking to Melanie Broyles, the founder and owner of Etiquette St. Louis. You can get in touch with her if you would like to avail yourself of her services. Let's talk a little bit about the holidays. Just in general, Yep. We're to that place now that my son has had the same girlfriend for 6 years. Our families are involved. We can't be at Thanksgiving at 1. We'll be there at 4, blah, 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 blah. There's all these, we all talk about how stressful the holidays are and it's a pressure cooker, and just general advice for people and interacting, whether at holiday parties or home parties and the such.
So a big thing is if you're at a corporate setting, so if you get invited to a work holiday party, I always say that the behavior that's expected when you're at work still applies. So when you're choosing your outfit, you have to understand where you work and you have to know your audience. And if you bring your spouse, then that's your job to educate them on those topics and that attire and appropriateness as well. So that's your job. So I would always say that even if it's after hours, you need to think through what those expectations are and will they still see me as a professional or someone aspiring to this level? So that's the first thing. The second thing
that's
is
such a trap.
Yeah,
because as we all know, a lot of times the owners are like, come on, we're doing shots.
Yeah.
Come on, Melanie, get out there and show us your dance moves. And then the next day, everyone's like, man, you really took that one pretty far.
Yeah, being the talk of the town after a work social event is not necessarily the goal. I mean, you can be talked about for all the right reasons and all the wrong reasons. And so, I always feel like those are really difficult situations to navigate. And sometimes it's not the employee, it's their spouse, right? Or their date that they chose to bring. And so it is your job as the employee to make sure that your spouse or guest is on board with your expectations. So when it comes to like family things, so those can be really tricky. I always say avoid the difficult topics, right? Avoid the controversial topics. Your goal is to be with your family and to celebrate them. I have 4 adults, right? And so I've got 2 of my kids are married. One has a girlfriend, right, that he's had for a while. And then the other one is single. But we are starting that navigating of this is not the Thanksgiving my girls will be with us. But Christmas, we do this and how you're coordinating. So you have to be thoughtful. You have to give people space. You have to be flexible. And I have to keep reminding myself my kids are listening. And they're probably like, oh, yeah, Mom, remember to be flexible. I'm going to hear that come back to me. And so I think that's a big deal. But I think things like showing up on time. If you're supposed to bring a dish, bring a dish. Don't be the person that shows up 2 hours late and delays everybody else. If you're supposed to bring a gift, bring a gift, right? Those are big deals. But I will tell you the thing that I want everyone to remember is to be kind to retail workers and to settle down. I literally pulled into a mall parking lot yesterday, saw someone walking to their space. I was sitting there nicely waiting for my spot, left some room so people could get around me because I didn't want to. And someone pulled in front of me, turned on their blinker and stole my spot. And it's not even Thanksgiving.
Yikes. What about that? What about when you do crap the bed? One instance with my family we still crack up about is when the kids were smaller. We took them to Florida and Nick took a buddy of his, Will, who's like my second son. And we played this card game called Mao, which is its whole purpose is to piss you off. And for the first time in my life, I took a drug called Trazodone and I don't know, it did something to me. Okay. And so while we're playing, I'm typically very nice, but I'm pretty bad at playing games. And I lost it. And I literally went into a bedroom, covered myself up to my neck, and one by one had my family members come in and apologize to them. It was, and we all just really crack up about it. It's a really funny thing in my life, but it wasn't so funny that night. What happens when you go too far?
So I think the biggest thing is own it. Don't try to blame somebody else. Just, you know what? I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have treated you that way. I said something I shouldn't have said. I think apologies, especially if they're sincere and authentic, go a long way. When your kids were little and you said, go apologize to your sister or go apologize. I'm like, sorry, that's not real, right? We know that. But when you really do, none of us are perfect. And I think that technology, social media, artificial intelligence has made us think that perfect is attainable, and it's not. So the reality is we need to set our expectations where we know that the person attending with us is human and I'm human, and we need to not take things so seriously, not take things so personally, own it and apologize when you can, repair that relationship. And that's really what it's about, because dividing and nobody seeing each other anymore, that's not the way it was supposed to be.
Rachel, anything?
I mean, it's Melanie. It seems like so much of what you're talking about just comes down to respect and having respect for others. Is there any sort of like regrounding advice you could give to someone where it's like, I mean, how can you just find that respect in any situation? Maybe that's an unfair question.
No, it's not at all. I think that what advice I would give somebody is to, if you literally think about, am I being kind, and are my words lifting somebody up, or are my words tearing them down?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it comes back to that. Like, you don't always have to have the last word. You don't always have to be right. Right could be a combination of what one person said and a combination of what somebody else said. But when we get so absorbed in ourselves, and I think that's my biggest reminder, is step outside yourself for a minute and say, how would I want them to treat me? Or how would this impact me? And we think about our words. I think that that's a big deal. And I think that the alcohol thing you mentioned was a big deal, right? We don't do shots at holiday parties. And maybe if you tend to get out of hand when you've had a lot to drink, maybe you have one drink. Maybe you refrain from a drink and have a beautiful sparkling water in a pretty glass, I like to call it, right? And so maybe you think those things through, but maybe you have somebody there that says, gives you a little elbow and says, hey, let's dial it back down, right? Or let's not play this game. Let's put this game away. Everybody's getting out of hand. I think, being accountable to one another and taking that out of love and not, out of like, oh, they're trying to tame me or whatever.
How do people get in touch with you?
etiquettestlouis.com. They can check us out on the website. They can find us on Facebook, and they can find out about the corporate classes we have coming up. They can find out about cotillions we have coming up. We're doing some one-on-one coaching. We're having a lot of fun with it. And we, just this week, we talked to a group about social media, and the parents stayed after and like, Melanie, more kids have to hear this. What they're posting online and thinking before they speak is such a big deal to us.
Perfect. Thank you, Melanie.
You're welcome.
Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original, present 100 years of KMOX.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Holiness Pope John Paul II.
There, when St. Louis celebrated.
We greet you and we thank you. For 20 years, you have lifted our spirits and touched our hearts.
There was much excitement in St. Louis during the recent baseball season.
Could have picked any other state or country to go to, and we picked our city.
I will always remember St. Louis. I will remember all of you. God bless St. Louis. God bless America.
There for every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis. Brought to you by St. Louis Public Library, St. Louis's original search engine.
Discover one of St. Louis's greatest treasures, St. Louis Public Library's Central Library. Designed by world-renowned architect Cass Gilbert and completed in 1912, this Beaux Arts masterpiece blends stunning historic details with modern design after a $70 million award-winning renovation. Experience the grandeur for yourself. Free docent-led tours are available Mondays at 11 and 12:30 and Saturdays at 11 noon and 1 p.m. Visit online at slpl.org to learn more. St. Louis Public Library.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh Radner, and I am so excited to tell you about How We Made Your Mother, a rewatch podcast looking back at How I Met Your Mother. And I'm here with Craig Thomas, who co-created the show along with Carter Bays. Hi, Craig.
Hey, Josh. Somehow it has been 20 years since the show premiered. I'm going to check the math on that. 10 years since it went off the air, and we thought that made this a perfect time to look back, see what the hell we did, and why the show still seems to resonate with fans around the world today.
Follow and listen to How We Made Your Mother wherever you get your podcast.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Just a quick question. Does it encrypt your online traffic the same as NordVPN?
No, but it protects your device. Just pop that CD in and you're good to go.
But it will stop your internet service provider and other snoopers from monitoring you online, right?
Oh, no, not really. It won't stop online snoopers or block annoying ads. In fact, forget what I said at the beginning of this ad. This ad is now about NordVPN. I just realized that an antivirus is only half protection online. So get better online protection with the NordVPN Black Friday deal. It will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. This Black Friday, get NordVPN with 73% off and enjoy 3 extra months. Yeah!
Purina presents A Century of Service.
This is KMOX Radio.
KMOX is celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining St. Louis. On November 20th, KMOX Day, we will celebrate the KMOX pioneers.
This is Jim White for your information.
Legendary voices.
KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Groundbreaking programming.
KMOX Radio. We're at your service.
And unforgettable moments that have defined a century of broadcasting.
We did locate Ben this afternoon, and we've also located Sean Harnbeck.
Hear from current and former KMOX personalities who have helped make this station the preeminent news, information, and sports brand in America. A century of service, celebrating 100 years of KMOX, is presented by Purina, your pet, our passion, on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Hi, I'm Wendy Weiss, KMOX alum, and to everyone who's been a part of the KMOX legacy, congratulations on 100 years.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 225. Speaking of KMOX in 100 years, this Thursday is 11/20, KMOX Day, and we're taking that opportunity to blow out all of the programming. And we've been having multiple meetings on this, so many moving parts, as Andrew can attest, being one of the producers. It's just like from probably 8 in the morning on Thursday until 6:30 when we go to football. It's going to be nonstop old OGs from KMOX with the current KMOX staff. I will be on from 10 a.m. until noon with Amy and Charlie Brennan and Bob Costas and John Carney. And then throughout the day, you'll have different variations of that. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun because there's no way to really plan this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to end up being a free for all.
Yeah.
So
these kind of events in radio, we've all been a part of a few things like
well,
this.
like when we just did the
and,
DGS 25th.
Yeah.
Very much like that.
It's very much like you roll with the punches. You plan the best you can, and then all of a sudden someone's late or someone doesn't show up, and it throws things off, but then somebody shows up that you didn't think was going to show up, and that makes it even better. And then you just bring everybody in all together, and it's, you plan it as best you can, but it ends up being very exciting and very interesting and very fun.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, it's a party. We're all rolling with the punches.
I wonder how many stations have ever hit 100 years.
I wouldn't think many.
Wouldn't think all that many.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. There aren't many radio stations that have as storied of a history as KMOX for sure.
No, not even close.
So, okay, according to the AI overview on Google, the oldest U.S. commercial radio station is KDKA in Pittsburgh, and they started in October of 1920.
So 5 years older than us.
So only 5 years older than us. So,
Yeah.
And that's the oldest.
They were talking about this guy, France Lux, who did the first Cardinals baseball broadcast play-by-play in 1926. So a year before my mom was born, we were doing Cardinal baseball. This sounds made up, right?
Yeah, that's fun.
Doesn't sound right at all.
This year, we're celebrating a century of St. Louis radio history, 100 years of KMOX. Hi, I'm Randy Carricker, and I've got so many great memories from my time behind the mic, and now we want to hear yours. Open the Odyssey app, find KMOX, and tap the voice message feature to share your favorite KMOX moments. Join us as we celebrate 100 years of the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
This is Congressman Bob Onder. For 43 days, the left kept the government closed, holding the American people hostage and demanding radical policy changes, including free health care for illegal immigrants. However, thanks to strong Republican leadership, the Senate voted to reopen the government and put America first. I'm thrilled to return to Washington so I can continue to vote to help Missourians, to secure our nation's borders, and to cut wasteful spending. Visit onder.house.gov to find the office closest to you.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Welcome to Coffee House. How are you today?
Hi, great, thanks. May I get a sea salt caramel latte with almond milk, extra caramel, extra shot, iced,
Gross.
and to go, please. Did you get all that?
No, I was just ringing you up for all the extras. Can you repeat your order, please?
Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna go.
Stop paying extra for extras. Get fancy coffee without the fancy coffee price at Quick Trip. Raise your coffee bar.
It's time for Dave Murray's weather forecast, sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Our atmosphere is still cooking, and boy, what a roller coaster ride with temperatures about where we should be going through the afternoon. Partly sunny, though clouds will be on the increase. It's cool, it's breezy, 59. Tonight, periods of rain, a few rumbles of thunder possible, 48. On Tuesday, an early shower, otherwise partly sunny and warmer on Tuesday, a jump in the 60s. Close to 70 degrees on Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday night, some clouds, 48. Wednesday, partly sunny, though a couple of scattered showers possible, 63. And more rain and possible thunderstorms Thursday into Friday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Furnace funky?
Then make one call.
And Jerry Kelly will be there the very next day.
Call anytime, 8 to 8, 8 days a week.
And Jerry Kelly will fix your furnace or install a new one the very next day.
JerryKelly.com. You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
Attention veterans and active military. Overhead Door Company of St. Louis is doubling their usual veterans discount on all products and services in November. That means veterans and active military get 10% off all month at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, 10% off all doors, openers, and any service or repair. Details on their website. Schedule your annual garage door tune-up before winter really sets in. Just call 314-781-5200 or schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
The Woodlands of Arnold campus offers skilled rehab, a beautiful assisted living community, and a secure memory care to keep your loved ones safe. Check us out at rspseniorliving.com. That's rspseniorliving.com.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-548-4040. 800-548-4040. That's 800-548-4040.
Here in St. Louis, we take pride in supporting our health and our community. That's why more and more families are turning to Neovitin multivitamins, created by a local physician and made right here in the U.S. using the highest quality domestic and international ingredients. With formulas for men, women, and adults 50 plus, Neovitin helps keep St. Louis families energized, supported, and ready for life. Find Neovitin at your local Dierbergs, Schnucks, and online at neovitin.com. Neovitin, trusted nutrition from St. Louis for St. Louis.
I dared Archwell Health to keep track of my vitals and my grandkids' names.
I dared Archwell Health to simplify my prescriptions, so Max and I have more time to play. Good boy.
And I dared Archwell Health to be closer than my neighborhood coffee shop.
Our members dared us to do more as a primary care provider for adults age 60 and up. So we made it our mission. Visit archwellhealth.com and become a member today. Archwell Health. We dare to care.
Friday night, it's men's Billikens basketball as they face Purdue Fort Wayne. Pre-game 6:45, tip at 7 on your home for Billikens basketball. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Our segment with Bernie Miklas is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Dicon Comfort dealer.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. Hopefully you guys are hip to what's going on with Hardee's and Operation Food Search. We've done this. This is our 8th year where we partner with Hardee's, and you go to Hardee's breakfast, lunch, dinner between now and Christmas Eve. They'll ask you to give an extra $1 to get the DGS 25th anniversary Christmas sticker. Please do that. If they don't ask you, please ask them. And you can give as much as you want. People give $500 in the drive-thru, and it goes straight to Operation Food Search. And you guys have been responsible. I have it right here somewhere. You have been responsible for 3,200 children per year receiving a full school year of weekend meals through Operation Backpack. And you have raised $638,000. This year, we're going to get up to $700,000. So we're going to keep harping on you about that until Christmas Eve. Thank you in advance for what you're going to do. Bernie, hope you had a great weekend, my friend.
I did. A lot of football, a lot of just relaxing. All good, Dave. Thank you.
Are you, Rach and I were just talking about, we are both geeked out because Ken Burns' new documentary on the Revolutionary War just dropped. Are you into that stuff?
I will be. In fact, I watched some interviews Ken Burns gave about it when he was getting it ready to, release. And I was captivated because I've watched all of his documentaries. In fact, I love historical documentaries, period. I forgot that it was starting this weekend, but believe me, I'll catch up because I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic.
So we always do sports with you. Duh, you're Bernie Miklas. But since Wheeler's not here and it's kind of a cheaty day, I thought maybe we could do a first topic that's not sports. Do you mind jumping in on that?
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm watching this show on Apple called Pluribus. And just real quickly, aliens or something causes a hive mind, and everyone in the world, everyone on the planet, but 12 people all share a mind. And the protagonist is trying to change things, blah, blah, blah. I say all that to get here. A little bit of a spoiler, but not much. Happens in the first episode. One of the 12 who are being completely catered to by the hive mind people, the other humans, chooses his mode of transportation to be Air Force One. So he gets to fly everywhere in the world on Air Force One. And it's very striking visually, and it's a great part of the story. But it made me think, okay, I'll play your little game. If you could choose your mode of transportation, would it be Air Force One? Would it be something else? Would it be a different kind of vehicle? And I'll go first. Okay. I would choose the Orient Express. And it would be just me, like a 1900s palatial train, old timey. I'd be like Kim Jong-un. I would just be traveling the country in my personal train.
All right. You're going to think that I'm copying off you. I swear to you, I'm not. I have always loved train travel. I've gotten to the point. One of the reasons I left the newspaper is because I was traveling 100, 120, 130 days a year. I could not handle flying anymore. I mean, it really like a psychological
I get it.
issue with it. As a kid, growing up where I did and living where I did when I was a young sports writer, I was very close to the train station, Pennsylvania Railroad. I took the train up and down the East Coast anytime I could travel, and I loved every second of it. Just absolutely adored it. And my dream vacation would actually be, maybe like a coast train trip. I would just find that to be incredibly relaxing and very peaceful and just very satisfying. So, yeah, I would avoid all airplanes. I would avoid jets. I would avoid private jets. All that. I would get on a train and just sit there and read to my heart's content.
You and me both, brother.
I like where your guys' heads are at with the trains. But I mean, if it can be anything, I'm going by horseback everywhere.
What?
Like a beautiful
there
horse.
You go.
It's striking, but you're going to be sore.
Well, I mean, the experiment is like you could take a train anywhere. Like you can't take a train everywhere. They're not going to build new tracks for you. This is our fantasy world. In my fantasy world,
Right.
I'm going by horseback. I'm going to have a pet horse.
Andrew?
Private jet.
Yeah.
Private jet?
Private jet.
Little one. Little one. Not big one. Little one. One of them little ones. I don't actually know like the sizes of them because I've never even looked at one before. I've never even like seen one in person, let alone been on one or flown on one. But gotta think there's a reason all them
Rich guys
celebs,
have them?
all them rich guys and whatnot. You went on one once, didn't you?
A few times. Bulger had a 9-seat called a Hawker, I think. Just like a big limo in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And everything about it was cool. But the coolest thing, because Bernie, I'm a terrible flyer. I almost crashed once in Alaska back in like 1991. And since then, I've been a terrible flyer. And Bulger told his pilot and co-pilot that. And we were flying to Vegas, and we're going over the mountains, and we're going to hit some turbulence. And the co-pilot took over. The pilot came back in the fuselage, sat next to me, and said, I understand you have a little bit of flying anxiety. Let me sit here while we go over the mountains. That's pretty cool.
Did you say, get back up there? I need the
Yeah,
pilot.
I'd have been like, I would really prefer if you were flying.
No, I wanted
this
him
SOB.
I wanted him right there. I was fine.
Yeah, that's a great story. Rachel, you got me thinking of something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what mode of transportation I would never submit to, and I'm going back in time. I'm going way back in time.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I watched too many westerns where people got just shot up or whatever, like in stagecoaches. No, I don't want to. No, don't take me back in time. I don't want to be just being on the wilderness, having no idea like who's like hiding, ready to ambush me in the stagecoach.
It
freaks me out. It freaks me out.
Totally agree. I agree too. Because growing up, you never ever saw a stagecoach that didn't get robbed.
Yeah, they're never having a good time.
They're never having a good. They're either bouncing around or
There's always a huge emergency going on.
That's right. And, and some of the historical dramas about that, it's enough to scare the what out of you. Watching some of those Taylor Sheridan prequels to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Just like, what are they doing to those people? No, go build a house or something to just get off the trail.
So, Bern, what was your favorite story over the weekend from sports? What did you have the most fun with or find the most interesting?
Well, that's a great question. I actually think that this is strange because I'm not dwelling on the negative, but I just find it fascinating. And so in that sense, it is a favorite story because it's one of the really unique things happening in the NFL this year. The Kansas City Chiefs can't win close games anymore. And they fall apart. They entered the season with a 17-0 record, their last 17 games, including the postseason, that were decided by one score. After losing yesterday, they're 0-5 this season. And Mahomes, we all agree, the best quarterback in the game, he has been just misfiring in the fourth quarter. And he's been kind of panicking. He's been kind of jumpy, and he's rushing things. And the psychology of that, where you have a world-class, great teams of the modern era, really a dynasty type team, but all of a sudden the wheels are coming off. I'm just fascinated by that stuff because you also know enough of that championship pedigree there to where maybe they can summon it. But they're 5-5 and they can't win the close games anymore. And that's all they used to do. The other thing in sports, just watching Josh Allen yesterday, ridiculous. 3 touchdown passes, 3 touchdown runs, 6 touchdowns in the game.
Unbelievable.
And that Buffalo Bills team is not very good at all. The defense is awful. They don't have good receivers. And he's got to carry them to like every game they win. If he does it where he's got to be superhuman, it doesn't happen. They go down. So just watch yesterday was great entertainment, but just made me admire what these guys can do, at the height of their powers. They're incredibly impressive.
So, Bern, one of the things about sports I'm most interested in is the non-physical, the motivation, the change in energy during a game or during a season or during a career. I know personally This is 100% true. When I play baseball, my whole career and now in old man baseball, I'm an infielder. If I field the first ball hit to me, I promise you I'm not missing a ball. I'm diving. I'm catching everything. If I miss the first grounder, take me out of the game because I won't catch another ball. And I've always been like that. I wish I were more mentally strong and less streaky, but I have just always personally found that with me and in watching sports. And I'm wondering if you think that the Chiefs are more physical, there's problems, or it's more non-physical?
Well, a lot of it's physical because their offensive line's terrible. And so Mahomes is under a lot of duress, but he's not handling that part. He's handled that part well in the past. This is just my theory. And that was a great question, but this is just my theory. And reading everything that you said after the game, I think they're starting to doubt themselves. I think it's crazy to say that they're losing their confidence or losing their mojo, but I really think they are because they're not used to this kind of failure. They're used to winning these kind of games that they are now losing, and not just losing, but really kind of screwing up as they lose them. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think even the greatest collection of athletes in the world, a team, can lose their confidence. They can be like Dave Glover out on the ball field.
Yep.
If you screw up a ground ball hit right at you, you're not going to be so sure in your mind. That can also afflict the greatest athletes in the world. Confidence can come and go.
Yeah, I find it fascinating. Look at Volpe this year for the Yankees. I felt so bad for that guy.
I know he went through it, didn't he? And and it's like that with pitchers on the mound. It's we see really good hitters go in these terrible slumps, and it's like, are they ever going to get out of it? And we know that they're really, really good, but they start to doubt themselves.
Yeah.
It might last a week. It might last 2 weeks. It might last 5 days. But it's always fascinating. Like, even with a guy like Ohtani, there were times in the postseason, for all the incredible things he did, where he looked just lost at the plate. And he was sort of freaking out. He was doing all these extra batting practice sessions that he normally doesn't do. He was getting in the cage all the time. I think the Dodgers told him to ease up a little bit. So if Ohtani can have some doubt in his mind
That's right.
about his hitting, Dave Glover can,
Yep.
right?
That's right. You better believe it.
Yep.
All right, buddy, tell us about Saliga.
Be happy to. Saliga Heating and Cooling is a Daikin Comfort dealer, and they've been taking care of St. Louis families since 1927. And the Saliga family has owned it continuously. In fact, they're still in South City in the same building that opened in 1927. I love that. And I've said this before, we've been a Saliga family, calling them for 17, almost 18 years now, and they've never let us down. They've never disappointed us. We've always been so pleased with not only just their professionalism and their class when they deal with you in your home, but just knowing when you got a problem, they're going to handle it. But they're not only going to handle it, but they're going to be 100% honest. There's not going to be any funny stuff. They would try to talk you into something, try to sell you something you don't need. No, we know when they come, we're going to get the best service possible, but also we're going to get the most integrity that's possible on a service call. They have an incredible reputation, which is why they've been going strong for nearly 100 years. That's amazing. One more thing. I recommend the Priority Club about Saliga Heating and Cooling. It's a maintenance program. It's going to save you money because it extends the life of your current equipment. We have saved a good amount of money through the years by being in the Priority Club. If you want to find out everything that they do at Saliga Heating and Cooling, this great family business, including the phone number, just go to SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thank you.
KMOX welcomes Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve at Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. A portion of the proceeds benefits Siteman Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve at Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
So as I was just saying with Bernie Miklasz, we are kicking off. We kicked it off last week. We should get a number, usually tomorrow, usually Tuesdays. Every week we'll get a number, how much money you guys raise through Hardee's for Operation Food Surge. Every year it's important. Some years are critical. This is one of those years because of the shutdown. And even though the shutdown is over, people overextended themselves and borrowed money from people. And, it's going to take a while to work themselves out of that. I promise you this is true. There are any number of people who will avail themselves of Operation Food Surge this year who didn't see this coming, who in May or June thought that they would be making a donation, but something went sideways and they need help. You never know when it's going to be you. You never know when it's going to be your family, your kids, what have you. So all we ask is that between now and Christmas Eve, get yourself to Hardee's. A number of times they're going to ask you to donate $1 to get a DGS sticker. Hopefully you'll give a little bit more than that. And then we'll see you for a final broadcast out in St. Peter's on December 19th.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-242-3131. 800-242-3131.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM. Visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 251. Rach, tell me about ancient Chinese toe reading.
Okay. Time for some toe talk. I don't know about you guys. I absolutely hate stuff like this where it's like, if your big toe is longer than your second toe, that means you are very generous. Like, I'm sorry. I don't believe that. But we're going to do it anyway.
Okay.
So let's start with your big toe. Right. Everyone's picturing their own feet, right?
Hang on, let me get my dogs out. I'll get them on camera.
If the big toe is longer than all your other toes, it means you are super creative and good at coming up with ideas fast. It's also a sign of intellect and out-of-the-box thinking. Okay, I think that was probably written by someone whose big toe is longer than all of their other toes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
One of those losers.
Like, it's a sign of intellect. Because of the length of my toe?
Talk to me about the second toe being the longest.
Well, if your second toe is longer than the rest of your toes, as is the case for me as well, Dave, this means you've got mad leadership qualities.
Duh.
You're decisive and you have a take charge personality. Now, some people might describe you as bossy, but it's probably just jealousy. If you're one of these people with a shorter second toe, this means you're more laid back or a laid back person.
You guys, wait, okay.
Because your toe is short.
You guys' second toe is longer than your big toe?
Mine is way longer.
Mine's longer.
Every Glover's is. You're really going to take your shoes off?
No, I'm just trying to figure out. I'm quite certain that my big toe is longer, which means that I'm like super
creative
or whatever. Oh,
yes.
Well,
but we're your boss because we're leaders.
Well, yeah, but that's
and sometimes
true.
You can find us bossy.
That's already true.
Third toe. If you got a long third toe,
you're a freak.
You're a freak. Yeah.
Well, I don't know anyone whose third toe is longer than their big toe. I mean, speak now if you're one of these people. Get at us.
Push those people into the volcano.
But the longer your third toe is, the more career focused you are.
Yeah, not us.
Oh.
Fourth toe. We're still going with the toes. If you have a straight fourth toe, it means your family and your relationships are very important to you. But if your toe is curled, it means unhappiness in your familial relationships.
What do you? So fourth toe.
So your ring finger.
So like your ring toe.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's curled or not. I don't.
Well, we have no
You
choice
keep
but
wanting
to
to
get
show
our
the
toes
dogs.
out.
I have not paid close enough attention. I'm learning to my own feet to learn what kind of dude I am.
Okay, so let's move on to the baby toe. The ultimate test for a baby toe is if you can wiggle your pinky toe independently from the rest. I don't believe I am able to do that. I'm wiggling my pinky toe currently, and all of the toes are moving.
Yeah, you kind of move it like
Yeah, I can kinda move it a little bit.
horizontally, but not vertically.
Well, if you are able to move your pinky toe and not the rest of your toes, it means you're a flirt. You're spontaneous. You enjoy trying new things, and you can easily adjust to varying circumstances.
I'll tell you one thing about my little toe. I can cut bologna with it. I'm not talking about the nail. I'm talking about the toe.
What do you mean?
Like, don't you like my?
Go on.
Is it solid? Is that what you're saying?
Like okay, look at your pinky. Pretend that's your little toe. The bottom of my pinky is very pink and soft and normal. If it were my toe, it would be straight and sharp.
So it's you got some rough skin down there.
Oh, beyond.
A calloused baby toe.
A calloused baby toe.
Remember what the massage lady did?
That you're chopping deli meats with.
When she was massaging me, and she came to it was back when I was wearing my
whoa.
Whoa.
I remember the
That was
whoa.
extremely funny.
I remember the whoa.
The holidays are here, filled with laughter, family, and memories. But if you're missing the punchline, the conversation, or even the music, it might be time to check your hearing. Hi, I'm Charlie Brennan.
I'm Dr. Bosler with the Audiology Center.
And I'm Dr. Voss. This season, we want you to hear every moment.
Hearing aids today can process sound faster than before. They're smarter at separating the speech from the background noise, meaning that when you're at the holiday parties this season, you'll hear the voices that you want to hear, clearer than before.
So don't wait until the new year. Give yourself the gift of better hearing today and reconnect with the people and the moments that matter most.
Call the Audiology Center, 636-441-7470, or online, theaudiologycenterstl.com. 3 convenient locations.
Call us today and make this holiday season better than last year's. Here for the holidays. Here for life.
Hi, it's Debbie Monterey. When I endorse a product or service on the radio, I take it very seriously and I do my research. I did that when I first met Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty more than 5 years ago. Gloria is here in studio today. So Gloria, I'll ask the same question I asked you when we first met. What sets you apart from other local agents?
Well, number one is my guaranteed offers. I'm so confident that I'll sell your home at 100% of market value, or I'll pay the difference. Number two is I already have the buyers, so your home may already be sold. I literally have thousands of buyers in my Buyers in Waiting program. This is how I'm able to create higher demand, more offers, and that means more money in your pocket.
Get to know Gloria Liu like I have. Upfront written guarantees with the least hassle. Call Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or gloriahasthebuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
All right, Missouri, the wait's almost over. FanDuel, the #1 sports book in America, is going live on December 1st. But you don't have to wait until then to sign up, because when you sign up today, you get an early signing bonus. So if you join today, you get started with $400 in bonus bets when you make your first $5 bet. From live betting to same-game parlays, FanDuel is the best place to bet on all your favorite teams, sports, and players. And starting December 1st, you can get in on the action right here in Missouri, which I'm going to be doing from the man cave. So visit FanDuel.com/Missouri to learn more. That's FanDuel.com/Missouri to join today. You play your game with FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. 21 and older and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Early sign up, $100 offer. Bonus bets expire 30 days after FanDuel accepts its first real money sports wager in Missouri. Unique user identity verification is required. Post-launch $300 offer. First online real money wager, only $5 first deposit required. Bonus bets expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms for both offers at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathy Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. The voice of St. Louis.
At 3 o'clock, it is a mostly cloudy sky. Right now, 59 degrees downtown at the Arch. Just over a year after St. Louis voters elected him sheriff, Alfred Montgomery could lose his job permanently. The quo warranto to remove him from office will be tried tomorrow as Attorney General Catherine Hanaway seeks to remove the sheriff. After Montgomery's attorneys left the door open to him testifying in his own defense, Hanaway says they are prepared for that.
He has a pretty strong personality and may just want to testify. If he does, we'll be ready.
Montgomery faces 5 counts, including illegally detaining the deputy jail commissioner, having a deputy transport his children to and from school, and failing to transport detainees in need of medical care. If he's found guilty on just one of those counts, he would be removed from office. The former Alaska Airlines pilot who tried to cut the engines of a plane in flight will not serve any more prison time.
I'm Peter King. Instead, a judge has sentenced Joseph Emerson to time served and supervised release. He pled guilty or no contest to all charges, part of a plea agreement in September. It was just over 2 years ago that Emerson was a jump seat passenger in the cockpit when he tried to cut the engines of the Horizon flight from Everett, Washington to San Francisco. He later told law enforcement that he was despondent over the loss of a friend. He'd ingested psychedelic mushrooms, hadn't slept in more than 40 hours, and thought he was dreaming. Peter King, CBS News.
Today marks 6 months since St. Louis City was devastated by an EF3 tornado.
The Urban League says help from the community has remained steady throughout the recovery process. Vice President James Clark says manpower is one of the biggest needs still and shares with KMOX how you can help.
If you have a skill set that can help us in our neighborhood engagement efforts and our neighborhood organizing efforts, you can stop by our headquarters.
He says those without any specialized skills can still help lend their time by helping organize their food pantry. They are also accepting monetary donations. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
Prices are slimming down in the weight loss drug market. Jason Brooks has that.
Novo Nordisk announced it's lowering prices on its low-dose Wegovy and Ozempic treatments to $199 a month for the first 2 months of therapy for new self-pay patients. After 2 months, the price on the weight loss drugs will rise to $349 per month, which is still 30% below the current price for self-paying customers. Denmark-based Novo Nordisk is looking to maintain market share against rival Eli Lilly, which has already priced its low-dose Zepbound treatments at $349.
From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. In the top 50 major markets, it's about 40% cheaper to rent than to buy a home. What about in the Midwest?
St. Louis is a great example where you see that the gap there is much more modest. It is still cheaper to rent than to buy there, but the gap there is a lot smaller.
Bankrate data analyst Alex Gailey says a big consideration in buying a home is how long you intend to stay. Less than 5 years to 7 years might not be worth it. Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now to Stiefel and Scott Bedell. Scott?
Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, everyone.
Remember a long time ago, April of this year, when the S&P 500 went higher for 9 consecutive sessions? We are feeling the opposite of that streak this week in trading. For today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 557 points, or 1.2%, to 46,590. The Standard & Poor's 500 index down 0.9% at 6,672, while the NASDAQ composite fell 0.8% to 22,708. Locally, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index was the hardest hit index, losing 1.9% at 1,530. Looking at some local St. Louis movers, Build-A-Bear Workshops advanced 1.3% at $49.33. Centene gained a little less than 2% at $37.08. On the downside, Commerce Bank fell 4% at $51.34. Stifel Financial slipped 3.75% at $116.27. And finally, Amdocs lost 3.5% to close at $75.05. For KMOX, this has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, we invite you to visit our website at stifel.com.
On the roads, we've got a disabled vehicle 44 going east at Hampton. That's got the right lane closed there. Also, South County, we've got Tesson Ferry south at Kennerly. There's a crash there. 44 east at Hampton in the city. And then a stalled vehicle 70 west at David Hochul Parkway. That's got the left lane closed there.
Our temperatures back to where they should be. Partly sunny skies going through our Monday afternoon. Almost an increase in clouds, though. It's cool. It's breezy. 59 for the high. Again, that's about where we should be. Maybe a degree or two above average. Tonight, periods of rain. Couple of rumbles of thunder possible. 48 degrees. Tuesday, an early morning shower, otherwise partly sunny and warmer on Tuesday, up to 70. Tuesday night, some clouds, 48. Wednesday, partly sunny, a couple of showers around 63. Periods of rain and a couple of thunderstorms Thursday into Friday. High temperatures in the low 60s. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Sponsored by the Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company, PennMutual.com/STL. Times are always changing, but Penn Mutual stands the test of time. The 178-year Young Mutual Company is leading the way in life insurance. Ask your independent advisor or go to PennMutual.com/STL. Cloudy sky, 59. The feels like is 50 downtown. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, DGS. A few minutes past 3 p.m. Wheeler should be back on Wednesday. Yeah, I just had brain fart. I thought that when I said that, I thought, well, wait a minute. Thursday is Thanksgiving. He'll be leaving again, but no, we still got another week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
The House is back in session. They are voting on whether to release the Epstein files tomorrow. It will pass. And then it will go to the Senate. And if the Senate passes it, which they didn't last time, then it will go to the president. And he said today that he will sign it. And Rach, you were wondering why. I think it's the most obvious reason, because last week he was fighting tooth and nail and he was beating people up and calling them and bringing Boebert into the situation room XYZ. And now he's saying, oh, yeah, let's go ahead and pass it and get past this insane left radical distraction. It's because he was going to lose. It's the simplest thing. Where the trouble you get into with Trump, in my humble opinion, is you overestimate him and think that it's 3D chess. No, he didn't want it to pass. He did everything he could to keep it from passing. They said that 100 Republican House members were going to defect and vote against Trump. And so he says, yeah, let's do it. So now he doesn't have to face an embarrassing defeat, even though we all know that's what it is. And then there's some more news out today. The news is always disturbing. And this guy who is the deputy chief of the Department of Justice, his last name is Schnitt, and he's in some deep, said that when they release these files, they will redact every Republican name in them, and that Ghislaine Maxwell was moved to a different prison and given special treatment to keep her mouth shut. And this guy is speaking, thinking he's talking to someone he can trust, and the person is surreptitiously recording him, which was okay for some reason because we got it. It's out there in the national news. So here's what that sounded like.
Oh, those files do exist.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of pages of files. They'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files, leave all the liberal, Democratic people in those files.
I think they visited that Maxwell person.
Yeah.
And also involved.
Got transferred to a minimum security prison too recently, which is against BOP policy because she's a convicted sex offender. They're offering her something, keeping her shut.
Also being reported, and you can see this in any mainstream news outlet you go to, that the people in charge of the FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act, have already redacted Trump's name. It's already been done. So
I just don't, it's so sad that we're so twisted up in this to where it's like, oh, don't worry, they're going to protect all the Republicans. Why? Like, why do you want to protect people who are abusing children?
It's a tough putt.
I don't understand. I don't understand how it's gotten so bad that now we have people being like, well, they were 15. They weren't like 8. That's not so bad. That's not really pedophilia, is it? And then everyone's rushing to try to cover for their side. I guess I naively thought that if there was one thing we could all still agree on, it was that the sexual abuse of children is wrong, and we should be doing everything we can to hold those who are sexually abusing children accountable. There is no one in my life who I'm interested in covering for if they have sexually abused a child.
Mm-hmm.
So to want to cover for politicians who don't know you and don't care about you, like, how morally bankrupt have we become? How far have we lost our way that we actually have to have discussions like this? It's horrifying.
What do you think about, I might even go farther than you, Rach. What do you think about, because we've heard this ad nauseum over the past few years, that, well, there could be names in that file where people get caught up in something and it's really not fair. I'm thinking if you're in the Epstein files, then
you should have to answer for why you were hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein.
You should have to answer for it.
He is the most prolific pedophile of modern times. If you had a relationship with this person in any way, I think it's fair to ask you to answer for that relationship.
Yeah, if you have some crazy story that ends up with you being on the Epstein Island or whatever, fine, tell us the crazy story, and the public will judge whether or not they think that you're full of it or not. But no one has the right to be protected from an investigation
because
like this,
the argument essentially is we can't take down the people who are actually doing something bad because a couple of other people who maybe weren't doing anything wrong might look bad. Right? That seems to be the argument, is it would cause too much drama. Look, if we sought justice for these girls who were being raped, it might cause some drama for some of the people who are just using the jet and using the island, and we don't want them to have to be inconvenienced. That might be a bummer for them. So we'll just continue to sweep all of this under the rug, and you guys get no answers. It's shameful.
You know the thing that made me most mad today about politics? Kash Patel has a girlfriend. good for cash. Maybe it's his first. She's given FBI security detail all the time that we're paying for. It's not his wife. It's his girlfriend. She's some sort of a country singer or something. And it was reported today that she gets full FBI protection.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think that was a thing. I didn't know he could just do that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I know he was using a jet to like visit her, and we're paying for that. Did you see that story last week?
I did.
Alexis Wilkins. She received hundreds of death threats.
Which, I'm sorry to hear that no one should be receiving hundreds of death threats, but to just make the leap of like, okay, well, now the taxpayers will protect you. Like, okay.
Yeah, no.
Does everyone who gets death threats get FBI protection? Is that the way it works?
I think no.
Radio personalities, if you're getting a death threat, does the FBI, do we pay for protection from the FBI? Is that how that all plays out?
And then if you do they cover your boyfriend?
Right.
It's crazy. Just crazy. Here's something that'll make you depressed if you're in our line of work. I didn't know this. I've said to people, apropos of AI, that eventually they'll be out there doing radio shows.
Yeah.
There are 175,000 AI podcasts right now. 175,000, and people are listening to them.
On accident. So I have done a little digging into this sort of thing myself because I find it very interesting. I think so a lot of them, when you'd go to the Red Box and you'd see Atlantic Rim, and it was clearly just, they're trying to like trick grandmas into renting the wrong thing for their grandkids or whatever. There's a large amount of that going on, right? So like, for example, there is a podcast that tries to look very hard like New Heights, the Kelsey Brothers podcast. And it's called like The Football Bros, Travis and Jason. And when you actually listen to it, it's like an AI voice that's just like reading like random news stories about the brothers. And so I think a lot of the listens that these podcasts are getting are accidental. Somebody searches Kelsey Brothers podcast and they get the AI junk one, and they click on it because they don't know how to find podcasts, or they don't know what it's called or what they're looking for. And that's what they get instead, right?
Right, but they continue. I'm assuming they're continuing to listen to it. Like that's super depressing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that I don't know. I mean, I can't account for like the numbers specifically that these various pods are getting.
Do you have that sound of Trump with the MRI? Yeah. Mm-hmm. This one just makes me laugh. Okay, this isn't like let's crap on Trump segment. It's just that I've never, put aside the fact he's president for the second time, I've never encountered in my life a more insecure person ever. Listen to what he said about his MRI.
I had an MRI. Here's what the story is. I had an MRI. The doctor said it was the best result he has ever seen as a doctor. That's it. But I had an MRI as part of my standard yearly, or I think they do it every 2 years, but I have the physical every year.
So, how dumb are you, first of all, when you don't know why you had your MRI?
I think he probably knows why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy.
And it's frustrating. I was talking to Amy a little bit about this in our office, that it's like the reason that it gets so frustrating and it wears you down so much is that everything you cannot excel at an MRI. You either are clear, all good, nothing to worry about, or they're like, yeah, we found a thing. I don't know. We got to investigate this further. You can't excel at it. But with him, it's always got to be, it was the best they'd ever seen. No one has ever had an MRI as perfect and wonderful as mine. And it just, that manner of speaking, it just grinds you down.
If this was a guy you worked with who is half a bubble off and his name was Glenn, And Glenn just loved to brag about everything. And they say it's the best ankle x-ray they've ever.
Yeah.
You just be like, take it easy on Glenn.
We would be in the studio every day making fun of Glenn.
Yes.
Like, did you hear what he said today about how he said he had the best MRI they'd ever seen? What does that even mean, dude? It grinds you down. It wears you down. And sometimes it just feels like that's all part of the plan.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the story from the Washington Post about Epstein texting this Democratic member of Congress during Michael Cohen's hearings in Congress?
No.
Of course, it's behind a paywall and now it won't load. But I saw that this weekend. This is a representative from the Virgin Islands, so she's not actually a voting member of Congress, but she can sit on certain boards and things. And when Michael Cohen was testifying, it appears that Jeffrey Epstein was leading her to ask certain questions during the hearing. So the documents we have of the text are redacted, but they were able to match up. You can't see the name of the congresswoman, but they were able to match up after the fact just based on what they were texting back and forth. Like, oh, he was clearly talking to her. So this stuff runs real deep. It's not a surprise to me that a lot of people don't want this stuff to come out.
And here's what I don't know where we're going. Are we really just concerned with whether President Trump was messing around with underage girls? Because if that's what we're going after, that's knowable. We'll find evidence for or against or nothing. But is that really the only thing we're going for?
I mean, to me, it's not about Donald Trump. It's about what do we know? Who is currently in government who participated in this? Who is currently in public life who participated in this? The American people deserve to know this, especially when our president campaigned on the fact that he was going to share this information with the American public. Wait, then it's a Democrat hoax for whatever reason. I guess the victims who claim they were sexually abused, they are a part of a Democrat hoax, but now it's okay to give in to the Democrat hoax. Everything's going to be okay. There's been so much like covering up and lying and just BS. It's made it 1,000 times worse. I am 1,000 times more suspicious than I was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
To me, it's not about Trump. It's about, okay, at this point, I need to know what's going on because you people are really weirding me out. And it clearly does go so deep. This congresswoman that I was referring to, her name is Representative Stacey Plaskett. And this was during a 2019 congressional hearing, was obviously embedded with Epstein, colluding with him, asking specific questions that he wanted her to ask. We, as the American public, deserve to know why he had his fingers in all of these pies going around.
Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original, present 100 years of KMOX.
Big Red Highlights are brought to you by KMOX Radio, the sports voice of St. Louis.
There, when every game mattered.
Here's Lomax back taking the snap, four-man rush. He throws one down the middle, Green.
Cardinal football on the move. Takes the snap. Rolling right, throwing in goal. Touchdown!
Hi, I'm Roy Green. KMOX Radio brings you exclusive Cardinal football action. Tune in each Sunday as Bill Wilkerson and Zip Rozeppa bring you all the play-by-play. Only on the sports voice of America, KMOX Radio.
There for every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis. Brought to you by St. Louis Public Library, St. Louis's original search engine.
What's up? It's Draymond Green. I'm back for my 14th NBA season, and my podcast, The Draymond Green Show, is back too. This season, I'm breaking down games, reacting to the biggest NBA stories, and sitting down with teammates, rivals, and culture shapers. And trust me, I'm not holding back, on the court or on the mic. 2 new episodes every week. New segments, big conversations, real basketball talk for the real hoop heads. Listen to and follow The Draymond Green Show wherever you get your podcasts. We're back. We're better. Let's get it.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Black Friday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Black Friday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-242-3131. 800-242-3131.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. I've spent a lot of Sundays right here playing in front of the best fans in football. And now it's almost your turn to get in the game because DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to the Show Me State on December 1st. Soon you'll get fast payouts when you win, a safe and secure app that's easy to use, and promos that keep the action going all season long. It's America's top-rated sportsbook app. New customers can sign up right now and score $300 in bonus bets on launch day, December 1st.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KMOX. New Missouri customers, sign up today and score $300 in bonus bets once we're live. That's code KMOX. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
If you need to sell your home to buy a new home, it's never been more important to have an experienced negotiator you can trust. You need my friends Mark and Neil Gelman of eXp Realty on your side, fighting for every dollar for you. Check out thegelmanteam.com. That's thegelmanteam.com.
Hello, St. Louis. Proud son of St. Louis, John Hamm here, wishing KMOX a happy 100th birthday, a centennial of being the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, DGS. I'll say one more thing about the political climate. Maybe this applies to the right and the left. I'm not sure. Yeah, it probably does. But I think this is really an artifact of the current right. Disagree if you will. Rach, you watch Westworld, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember in Westworld when the robots, cyborgs, would find a picture from the outside world?
It doesn't look like anything to me.
Doesn't look like anything to me. Mm-hmm. And that's what it feels like right now with the right. Like, what does it take on that Polaroid for you to see something?
Mm-hmm.
And likewise, what Polaroid am I not seeing? I feel like I see everything. I have my opinions. I have my takes. I have my values, my beliefs, but I feel like I see everything. I don't feel like I look at the left and go, hunky-dory here.
Yeah, I don't want to, I hope this, I don't want this to come across as like deeply insulting to anybody. So I hope that it doesn't. However, I think you tend to see things, Dave. You look at it as if everyone is coming at things in good faith.
Yeah.
This is not a flaw. This is a very good thing about you. You don't want to think that someone is starting off something in bad faith, right? But I think that's where it can lead to you feeling disconnected because they are not approaching this from a similar angle. They are not approaching you in good faith when you approach them likewise, right? They are starting off in bad faith. They are starting off in, I'm going to say whatever needs to be said or argue whatever needs to be argued to prove that, you know, I'm right and I'm not supporting the wrong side and I'm doing everything the right way, even if that's, you know, looking at, seeing something that walks like a duck and quacks like a duck.
Yeah.
And hangs out with pedophiles like a duck and going, that doesn't look like anything to me.
I guess the bottom line is I don't believe in anything that much. For me, it's about having an opinion, having a stance. And as you take in new information, you modify it. Sometimes I might become even more so on my belief about this. Or if something puts a dent in it, I say, I should really think about this. I think I might be wrong about that. Mm-hmm. That's just the way I've always thought about things. That seems to be the most reasonable way. But so many of my friends just don't have that.
This year, we're celebrating a century of St. Louis radio history. 100 years of KMOX. Hi, I'm Randy Carricker, and I've got so many great memories from my time behind the mic, and now we want to hear yours. Open the Odyssey app, find KMOX, and tap the voice message feature to share your favorite KMOX moments. Join us as we celebrate 100 years of the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Thank you, St. Louis, for making Genesis of St. Charles the #1 Genesis dealer in Missouri for 2025. We know your time is valuable. That's why every purchase comes with 3 years of complimentary Genesis service valet. Unlock your e-price and save. That means complimentary vehicle pickup and delivery, plus a loaner vehicle at no additional cost. Or want something new? We'll bring the test drive to you. Visit genesisofstcharles.com during the Genesis Signature event. Based on GMA sales records for 2024. See dealer for details.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, it's not too bad out there this afternoon, and the lack of sunshine with these cloud cover is going to help things, I think, on the drive home. Right now, we are working. I can't tell what lanes are. Definitely the left lane's blocked. We have an injury crash. It's eastbound 70 before you get to Earth City, before you get to 141. The left lane, and it looks like maybe the right center lane. It's hard to tell, but there's just a short backup, not even to the Blanchette Bridge, eastbound 70. Thankfully, westbound 70 is not slowing for a look. In fact, the only westbound 70 slowdown is just from A to Z out in Wentzville right now. Westbound 64 is kind of busy. Science Center out to McCausland. And after that, it's just congested from Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to 70, South 270, north of Olive to Ladue, down through Clayton Road is busy. But after that, it's good down to 55. Southbound 55, Gasconade Bates, a little busy, but it looks good down in Jeffco. Southbound 170, Ladue down to Brentwood is the heaviest part. Eastbound 64, westbound 64 from 158 through Green Mountain Road is backed up in the construction area. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Black Friday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Black Friday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com.
Purina presents A Century of Service.
This is KMOX Radio.
KMOX is celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining St. Louis. On November 20th, KMOX Day, we will celebrate the KMOX pioneers.
This is Jim White for your information.
Legendary voices.
KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Groundbreaking programming.
KMOX Radio. We're at your service.
And unforgettable moments that have defined a century of broadcasting.
We did locate Ben this afternoon, and we've also located Sean Harnbeck.
Hear from current and former KMOX personalities who have helped make this station the preeminent news, information, and sports brand in America. A century of service, celebrating 100 years of KMOX, is presented by Purina, your pet, our passion, on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Tell you guys about my friend Mark Cantor at Cantor Injury Law. First of all, don't ever go with a lawyer or a law firm that is not local. It matters. It is a huge thing. This is St. Louis. This is the biggest small town in the world, right? Every lawyer knows each other. Every judge knows every lawyer. It's just the way it is. It's kind of incestuous. Does it matter? Yes, it does. It absolutely does. And so if someone's the biggest in the world and they have offices in all the 50 states, don't walk, run away. That's not what you're looking for. Mark Cantor, from the beginning of his career right through the present day, is completely dedicated to having the best personal injury firm in St. Louis, not in Missouri, not in the Midwest, right here in St. Louis. He was just named to the top 10 list by Lawyers Weekly for the second time in his career. So out of the thousands of attorneys out there trying to get on that list, he's made it for the second time. Bottom line is this: if you are injured and you're going to try to hold someone else responsible, you're going to run into a juggernaut, a multi-billion-dollar insurance company with really great lawyers. You need the best, and that's Mark Cantor. 314-628-9999, CantorInjuryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Sponsored by the Moolah Shrine Center Festival of Trees.
Hello, everyone. I want to invite you to the Moolah Festival of Trees. Come see over 40 of the best decorated trees you'll ever see. Adult tickets are only $2 and kids under 12 are free. November 22nd through the 29th at the Moolah Shrine Center.
Get ready for Thursday Night Football as the Bills face the Texans.
St. Ben Cancer Center game time 6:30. St. Ben Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer.
The Bills, the Texans, on America's Sports Voice, 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Can I say one more thing about politics before we go to Dave? Have you guys been following this? All of these cases that the DOJ have brought against all the people that Trump doesn't like, mark the tape, mark my words. If I'm wrong, I will admit I'm wrong. I have broad intellectual shoulders. Not one of these people are going to be found guilty. The judge today reamed the DOJ about James Comey, said that it made there's a disturbing pattern of profound investigative missteps. He berated the DOJ, said that he thinks that the case may very well be thrown out. And what's happening is, of course, the president is trying to get back at people, and they're going after these mortgage things and all this. And the DOJ are the people who said we're not going to file it because there's no there's no case. They fire them. They hire other people who've literally never filed a case before, and then they filed this bull crap case, and the judges, as they have been doing consistently, say this is bull crap. And we're just going to see more and more of this. I'm just so frustrated by it. It's not a game. It's our country. It's my children's future. And we're playing with all of this revenge, and I'm going to get this guy, and Epstein files. When are we going to run the friggin' country? Hi, Dave.
I couldn't agree more with when are we going to run this country? Both sides, all sides.
Crazy.
Inside out. I don't know.
Just crazy.
Frustrated.
Yeah.
Just frustrated.
So real quick, so Comey is obviously a lawyer. Dave, in your opinion or in your experience, when a lawyer is facing a lawsuit like this, I mean, do you feel like he has some sort of advantage that the average person doesn't? Yeah. Or would that like maybe get in his way almost? Like,
no, I think it's an advantage because he's not only a lawyer, he's a former prosecutor and prosecuted cases like this, and he understands what is a case and what is not a case. And I don't know James Comey. I've never even interviewed him, much less friends with him. But when I saw the video where he said, let's have a trial, I know that look. He wants to have a trial. He knows that this is all made up. And you're going to see these fall one after another. Maybe they're going to dismiss them. Also, Trump is suing the BBC for $5 billion. And the BBC today said you can pound sand. They apologized because they had edited something that may have changed the way that you took this or that. But they're like, there's no way in the world. We defamed President Trump, come and get your $5 billion. He's going to lose that too.
Well, I hate to keep piling on here because I know we want to move on to maybe happier topics, but did you see this weekend the president was truthing or tweeting whatever about how he wants Seth Meyers fired? Because I guess Seth Meyers late night on NBC makes fun of the president too much. And, he says he has no talent and NBC should fire him immediately. Then less than an hour later, Brendan Carr, who is the chairperson of the FCC, reposted this statement from the president.
Yeah.
Basically saying
I hear
with
you.
the FCC
Yeah,
and
I'm
we should
supporting
fire this guy. What is it that he did that was wrong?
Make fun of Trump.
I mean, if guys, I'm dead serious. If this same thing was happening with Joe Biden or Barack Obama or any Democratic president, I would be disturbed by this and calling it out. Why can't you look at the situation and go, yeah, I really don't want the president, first of all, even focusing on what a late night talk show host. And I'm sorry, no disrespect to Seth Meyers, but I don't know anybody who watches that show. Why is this even on your radar? And you have such an axe to grind. You're tweeting about the fact that you want him to be fired. And then your friends who work at the FCC are cool with it. Am I the only one who's incredibly disturbed by that? No. We have to put our foot down about this sort of thing, or we're going to be living in a country we do not recognize and don't want to be in.
Amen.
But it's like, if you point that out, you have Trump derangement syndrome. And it's so depressing that we're at that point.
I think
you can't even
derangement-
point out what's happening.
I think derangement would be the opposite. I think it's when you don't see something that's there.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Dave, another interesting week this week?
Yes. And something very special this week. Before KMOX Day on Thursday, we have on Wednesday the winter forecast, December, January, February. A look at a white Christmas or not.
Can you believe
All
it?
kinds
I know,
of
that's
stuff.
crazy. It really, truly does feel like we just did fall.
I know it.
Really does.
I got to the first of the month and I went, oh, I got to start putting that down on paper. It's always, stuff is always in my head. So it's like, wow. And it's done.
All right.
It's right here.
Nice.
Awesome.
Here.
Wait,
Look at
freeze
that.
frame, everybody. You can see that.
I'm excited.
How are we looking for the week?
The week is, the Pacific Ocean is very active. It's sending off a bunch of stuff off the ocean, across the Rockies, into the middle of the country. First little impulse is coming through tonight with periods of rain and some rumbles of thunder here and there. Most of this is going to be fairly late evening and overnight. Windy, 48 degrees. Tomorrow, most of it's gone. There might be a spot shower, but pretty tough to find. Partly sunny, but we warm up again on Tuesday ahead of the next system, 70 degrees, so mainly in the 60s in the afternoon. A lot of clouds around Tuesday night and Wednesday. Next system starts to come in late Wednesday night. This one is going to be a really strong system. It's got a lot of moisture, pulling up some stuff from the Gulf of Mexico. So periods of rain and some thunderstorms Thursday, kind of developing as we go through the day. 66 and wet with rain and thunderstorms Thursday night and Friday. A potential for a real nice soaking rain come Thursday night and into at least a portion of Friday. And there could be some heavy rain associated with that. Right now, the weekend's looking great.
Okay. Awesome. Bryce, I know you want to save headlines. What did I want to talk about here? I was just looking at it. You'll like this, Rach. Delta Airlines has said that they are going to reinvent flying. So they're going to pattern it after Asian Airlines, and it's going to be a fully immersive. It's going to be more like streaming than flying. Fully immersive entertainment the entire flight. So it's been a while since I even watched a movie on a flight.
Yeah.
But this evidently is going to be like, okay, we're building these planes and these seats so that you can be immersed and not even look out the window.
Interesting. I wonder how they aim to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe like your seats would be like a gamer chair, right?
Well, that'd be
and then
something.
they put little speakers back here, right? So you can watch your movie. I guess you can't watch a movie without headphones on a plane, but Never mind. I'm stupid. My ideas are bad.
They're gonna have comedians walk up and down the aisle.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It'll be like when I used to go to Emo's when I was a kid and they had a close-up magic guy walking around on Friday nights.
What do you think of this too? This is apropos of absolutely nothing, but I bought quite a few things this season on TikTok for my family for Christmas, just little kind of white elephant gifts. But I keep getting this ad for these little light up Christmas trees. They're solar and they're about a foot tall. And every ad so far, it's not like sometimes they're around your picnic table, sometimes they're on your sidewalk. Every single time they're being placed next to a grave.
What?
Yes, next to a tombstone.
And this is on TikTok.
Yes. And so, my mom just passed away.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
My first thing was I was like, oh, that's kind of festive. Then I'm like, that's kind of horrifying. Like in the middle of the night, you're a kid, you look out your bedroom window and you see a tombstone all lit up.
Yeah. But I mean, I get it. Now that I'm thinking about it, like it's a little Christmas tree you can put out, so your loved
Solar
ones can
powered.
have
You could put it anywhere.
Loved ones could have a little Christmas tree.
I'm actually
They're
looking
not
through
with
my
us
TikTok
anymore.
now to see if it pops up.
Well, now that I understand that it's made for the grave, it's a little less weird.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about some sort of just like AI glitch where it's like, and where we always put the Christmas trees is
No,
right
this seems
in
to
the
be
cemetery.
what it's for. I just didn't know that. I never knew that decorating a grave with lights was a thing.
That's a thing.
It's more of a thing now, I
Really?
think. Well, now that we
Really?
have the ability to make little tiny solar panels on your little light up Christmas trees or whatever. Where do you guys come down on that? Are you grave decorators or?
I think it's really nice to clean it up and bring some flowers. And what have
Flowers,
you.
yeah. However, most cemeteries, unless I'm wrong, kind of clean everything up once a week. So if you put this little tree out there, it's
You'd be surprised. I have seen the cemetery that I go to most often. I don't want to name and shame about this, but I've seen you'll see a lot of like headstones with like old grass clippings that have been like kicked up from the mower onto them. And so usually, I always bring the brush and everything and the spray and all that to clean up. But a lot of times I'll just kind of, while I'm driving around, if I see one that's really bad, you just hop out.
Remember that story last year? I think it was from the east side where the guy who was running the cemetery ordered that all the stuff be cleaned up, but they took stuff they weren't supposed to take. So, and I don't know exactly what they took and they shouldn't have, but like mementos and things that people left behind.
Oh,
and they cleared it all out. And the guy was under a lot of fire for that. And you know what? This is so stupid. I'm bringing this up now, but I remember at the time I was going to bring it up because I was so impressed with the guy. He was just a guy, right? The guy that runs cemeteries. And he just said, this was wrong. I made a misjudgment. I advised my people incorrectly and people were hurt and I apologize. And I was like, way to go. Yeah. That's all
not
we
trying
need.
to make an excuse.
That's
or
all
make
we
it
need.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent accountability.
Thank you, Dave.
You got it.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we still got this injury crash on eastbound Highway 70 at Earth City 141. This traffic report service of the Poly Agency. It looks like it's blocking the two center lanes now. Traffic's backed up to about 5th Street, and westbound 70 traffic, well, it's backed up off the 270 ramps. The right lanes north 270 are backed up through McKelvey, southbound through the Rock Road because of it. If you're on westbound 64 heading home, Kings Highway out through Bellevue slow, Spady out to Ballas is busy, and then 364 out to 70, a couple of heavy spots. Eastbound 64 is bogged down from about Maryville Center into 270. Southbound 170, Ladue to Brentwood is slow. Southbound 270, Olive down to Ladue, a little busy. Northbound Clayton up to the 64 is kind of slow. Southbound 55, Gasconade Bates, you've got some heavy traffic. South 270 is also busy. South of Gravois down to 55. Westbound 44 heavy approaching the Poplar, and westbound 64 back up approaching 158 through Greenmount. Hey, St. Louis, how would you like to see if you, your family, or employees qualify for a health insurance plan that has open enrollment year-round? Call the Poly Agency. We put the sure in insurance. Call to set an appointment at 636-222-2149. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers, all so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Red Kingdom is back at FanDuel Sports Network Live in Ballpark Village. See every game on the largest screen in town. Don't forget about the $25 buckets, $5 cocktails, and the best tailgate food around. Grab your friends along with KMOX and huddle up for the games at the best watch party in town. If you can't make it, but don't want to miss it down, listen to the Chiefs on KMOX or KMOX on the Odyssey app. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
We've got some new lower prices going on at Schnucks. I feel like this has been happening basically all through 2025. Schnucks has been lowering prices on hundreds of items across the store. They just lowered prices on hundreds more, and some are staples like, the Schnucks shredded cheese. You've got the Pillsbury Grands biscuits, Campbell's chunky soup, and Oscar Mayer Lunchables. Just a great way to have lunch for yourself and your kids ready without much work and without spending too much money. So stop by your local Schnucks, find out what else just got a new lower price. And you can do that by checking out the digital shelf tags around the store. Find yourself tons more items. Also check out your Schnucks Rewards app. See what kind of digital savings and coupons are going on there. Plus, when you shop using your Schnucks Rewards app, you earn 2% cash back on every purchase. And just a reminder, those new lower prices, they're not a sale. These are everyday savings you can count on whenever you shop at Schnucks.
When storms hit, survival comes first. Now that life is settling, Show Me Hope Missouri is here for you with free, confidential support. Counselors help with stress, coping skills, and connect to resources. If the St. Louis tornado impacted you, visit mostshowmehope.org from Missouri Department of Mental Health.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. You guys are in with us, right? We're all boys.
Oh, yeah.
The last 3 weeks have been so terrible in this studio. And, cry me a river, Dave. You have to talk for 4 hours a day. The average temperature has been about 82 degrees in here. And the doors open, which you don't leave doors open in the studio. Fans are blowing on us. You don't have fans in the studio. Rach has a stomach ache. I've got a headache. I'm tired every night when I leave because I've been doing this for 4 hours in 82-degree heat.
It is so weird to get in the car and you're like hoping that it's nice and chilly outside.
Oh,
it's like I've been
yes.
I spent the last 4 hours in a room that's 80+ degrees.
Well, then right outside in the newsroom, literally 50 steps away, we have these NFL level air conditioners blowing super cold air. And so on breaks, I'll go out there and like let it blow up my shirt. But then when you come back in, it's just like you're hit again.
Yeah.
So it just kind of makes it worse.
Yeah, it almost, you're totally right. Because I've been doing that too. And then I was like, it actually makes the return trip feel less pleasant.
Yeah, it does. I was thinking about 99.9% of humans who've ever lived, about 100 billion human souls, never had their picture taken, their portrait painted. Like we just have no record of them whatsoever.
Yeah, and then compare that with how image obsessed we are now.
Ridiculous.
Or like, I don't know. Have you ever been around like a toddler who like you get the phone out and the toddler knows how to use the phone? Like they know to pose for the picture.
Animals know now.
It's crazy to see how quickly it has changed. Because 15 years ago, who was taking a selfie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that many people.
I guess I should be embarrassed by this. I think I have something like 14,000 images on my phone. And I would say half of them are me screenshotting things.
You're going to say me screaming.
No.
Me absolutely losing it.
But I don't know if you guys are like this. I will screenshot something over and over again as it gets farther back in my thing.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh, that's a picture of me and Fee when we're both 16, screenshot. And so I've got probably 20 of those.
Yeah, I try to go in and clean up like every couple of weeks my screenshots and just the stupid pictures that I don't ever need to look at this again. Right. But what if you could recover all of this? See every picture you've ever taken?
Hey, just check the mail. We've been invited to a seminar and dinner is free.
It's gonna be chicken, and it'll taste like Play-Doh.
Don't be fooled. All seminars are not the same. For example, Steve All, an investment advisor representative and founder of the All Financial Group, is hosting a taxes and retirement seminar at his office in Chesterfield on December 10th. Come meet Steve's newest advisor, Tracy Richardson, as she discusses the big beautiful bill, taxes on your Social Security, and more. Tracy will not only cover the hurdles you can face in retirement, but ways to keep more money in your pocket and less in Uncle Sam's. This is a complimentary event, but seating is limited, so reserve your seat today. Call 636-230-8824 or online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
You know, hon, I've always been interested in us buying a timeshare.
I'd rather eat Play-Doh.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with